Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I am in Hiroshima, Japan, and I will be live streaming, doing the play-by-play call for the Dodgers versus Astros game. Seems I'm having some problems as usual with my camera. But I do believe that I've got it going. I've got the audio going. More important than the camera right now is getting my coffee done. So let me add some more hot water here and let it filter down. The audio is okay, it seems to be working fine, and I've got all my information on the screen, which is good, so I wanted to make sure that I was going before the game started. That's the main thing. For those of you who are joining video or audio, you need to be able to hear what's going on in the game, right? So that's the most important thing. Second most important thing is getting the camera going, and I'm working on that now. Well, it looks like the camera is going now, but it's not showing up in the software program. So I need to adjust that. Okay, there's that. Currently, we are in a commercial break on MLB TV, so there's nothing to really update about. I did watch a little bit of the pregame stuff where they were talking to some of the Astros coaches and some of the players. I'm going to remove my camera and re-add a camera. See if that works. Earlier they did show some information showing how many Astros pitchers. It's crazy how many really good Astros pitchers are on the injured list. The 5 that they showed on the screen, the commentator said this is like a World Series rotation lineup, and he's right. Everyone on that injured list could be a World Series starter. They're all that good, and they're all injured. That's insane. That the Astros are being able, or have been able recently to do what they've been doing despite all of these crazy injuries. It's insane. Let's see if I got enough coffee in here. Yeah, it's enough for now. Yeah, just a touch of milk here. Still drinking my Christmas blend coffee from Starbucks from last year. Well, game should be starting in just a moment here. Ronel Blanco is on the mound. Just to give you some quick updates about who's starting the game today. First of all, I want to say welcome to everybody who's just now coming in. I appreciate you being here today. I'm going to be streaming the Astros games all the way through the next few weeks since I'm on break from my Japanese classes. And I'm looking to build the channel. The only way I'm going to be able to keep doing the channel is if I get support. And that doesn't necessarily mean money, although donations are great considering the medical expenses I have. But the main thing is that I get subscriptions and likes and views. So if you would like and subscribe, that would really help my channel out. Let's jump to the game now. Ronel Blanco, of course, is on the mound for the Astros, and he's facing the leadoff batter, once again, Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani didn't have a bad game yesterday, but it wasn't enough to get the Dodgers even on the board. First pitch is high. That'll be ball one. Here comes the second pitch to Ohtani. That one's in there for a strike. 80 mile per hour with some movement. Ohtani batting .315 right now. Next pitch is outside for ball two. Two balls, one strike. Blanco comes into the windup. Here's the pitch. Inside fastball. Fouled away by Ohtani out into the third base side stands. That will even the count to 2-2. Two balls and two strikes. Here comes the pitch. A little high and inside. Not a bad pitch, but just a little too far in and up to be a strike. That's going to be a full count. Here comes the pitch from Blanco. That one's in there and sent out to left center. It looks like Dubon is able to get underneath it right as it gets to the warning track, and that will put Ohtani away. A good out for the Astros to start the game. Ohtani's average goes down to .314. Womp womp. Because that's so bad. That will bring up Will Smith. Will Smith, right-handed batter. First pitch to him looked like a sweeper. Swing and a miss for strike one. He's batting .260 for the season. 15 homers, 56 RBIs. OBP is .340. Next pitch right on the inside corner for strike two. Smith didn't seem to like it too much. Questioned the umpire a little, but that was in there. It was close. Can't argue that one. No balls and two strikes. Here comes the pitch. Way in the dirt. That one bounced before it even got to the plate. Bounced well before the plate. Blanco, it looks like he just lost control of that one. Man, must be really humid in there right now at Minute Maid Park because Blanco is sweaty all over. Next pitch, low and away, fouled away by Smith. Stay alive. Looked more like a protecting the zone kind of swing than anything. One ball, two strikes against Smith. If Will Smith strikes out, will he slap Ronel Blanco? Up in the zone, fouled away again. The Will Smith joke never gets old. I'll say it again this game, and I'm sure I'll say it again tomorrow. This pitch is a little high for ball 2. Count is even. Huge crowd in Minute Maid Park. Another one fouled off. This one out to the right side into the crowd. Count remains 2-2. Will Smith making Blanco work. Here comes the next pitch. That one's in there and fouled. Nope, no, it's going to go out to right field. It's playable for Chas McCormick. He's under it. No problem. That's 2 outs. But the Dodgers are making Blanco pitch. He's had to throw 14 pitches already to just 2 batters. It would be nice for him to get just a grounder right here, or a fly out to end the inning. Gavin Lux is up. Very first pitch looks like it hits him. He's being sent down to first base, so it's definitely not a grounder. Looked like it hit him on the arm. Blanco missing the inside corner, but definitely not missing Lux. Teoscar Hernandez comes up to bat. With Lux on first base. Blanco puts one on the outside corner, called strike. We have one runner on first base. Teoscar batting .264, 21 home runs and 67 RBIs. This pitch looks like it's going to be out of play on the right side, and it is. Floats out. No play for McCormick. That's the second strike. Blanco way ahead in the count, 0-2. If he can get a strikeout here, that will end the inning with no damage done. Here comes the 18th pitch from Blanco. Low and away in the dirt. Diaz keeps it in front of him so that Lux cannot advance. That will be ball 1. 1-2 is the count. Blanco looking for the sign here, trying to get out of the inning with a 1-2 count. 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, that one almost took off his head. Little high and inside. Hernandez is able to jump out of the way, and that's going to even up the count 2-2. Blanco almost beans his second batter of the inning. Not quite sure what's going on there. Even count. Blanco gets the call and goes into his windup. Pitch is low and away. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Once again, the count is full. So through 3 batters so far, Blanco has now thrown 20 pitches. Insane. He's got the call, and here comes the pitch. Low and away, but he swung and missed. Now it'll be strike 3. Blanco finally gets the strikeout, but not before delivering 21 pitches. He had to work at first inning, but the Astros get through it without giving up any hits or runs. 1 runner stranded. The Astros leadoff lineup is going to be the current, I guess you could say the current regular start-off lineup. My hero, Jose Altuve, comes up. Followed by Alex Bregman, LSU guy, and Yordan Alvarez, who is DHing today. He's in the designated hitter spot. Mauricio Dubon is playing in left field. They're showing some highlights of when Tampa Bay beat the Dodgers. That was a funny moment. The right fielder bobbles the ball, throws it in, still manages to get it in on time because the runner stumbled. But then the catcher mishandled the ball and lost it, and so the Rays were able to score and win. That's funny. I like stuff like that. I like to see the Dodgers lose. But it's okay. If someone's listening and you're a Dodger fan, I'm sorry. I hope you're a nice Dodger fan, because the only Dodger fans I know are jerks. Still haven't been able to get my camera going, but I'll continue to troubleshoot and see if I can't get that fixed. Justin Robleski is a new pitcher who's on the mound for the Dodgers. He will start off with Altuve. Very first pitch to Altuve is just a little low, called ball one. Altuve does not swing at that one. His ERA is 4.4. Check swing by Altuve. He didn't go. That'll be ball two. Lower inside on that pitch. 2 balls and no strikes. Altuve looks focused. Next pitch is high for a ball. Altuve's got a good count going here. 3 balls and no strikes. Robleski has just 1 game. He's 0-1. Next pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, so Altuve takes that. Probably looking for the walk. Can't blame him. That was not a great pitch to be swinging at. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Way high. Ball 4. Altuve tosses his bat and his arm guard off. Jogs down to first base. Good job by Altuve to get on as a leadoff with no outs. When Altuve gets on base, whether it's a walk or a hit or whatever, it doesn't matter. It always makes me feel that the Astros have an excellent chance of scoring. There are a couple of reasons why. One is because Altuve's fast and he's experienced. Second reason is because he's got guys coming up behind him who can hit the ball. Alex Bregman takes a kind of a bad pitch, but they call it a strike. It's a little out, but it's 0-1. Here comes the next pitch. This one's also on the outside corner. Bregman swings and fouls it off down the third baseline, so it is now 0-2 on Alex Bregman. Bregman had a really awesome home run yesterday, for those of you who didn't know or didn't see the game. They throw over to first base. Altuve's back, no problem. Oh and 2 is the count against Bregman. Here comes the pitch. That one's high and outside. Fastball for ball 1. Okay, they showed Clayton Kershaw in the dugout, said he pitched last Thursday against the Giants, so I guess he's back. Bregman hits the ball way up. Another flyout looks like it's going to be, and it's caught by the second baseman. Man, how often does Bregman fly out? I really wish I knew the answer to that question. 1 away now for the Astros. Runner on first base. Altuve is on first, looking to advance. That brings up Yordan Alvarez. Umpire is waving off something. Not sure what's going on here. Okay, I see. He waved off Robleski. Robleski was trying to go into his windup before Alvarez was ready. He had to wait. First pitch is flied into the air by Alvarez. Left fielder comes in and takes it, no problem. So 2 easy high flyouts in a row by the Astros, and they are wasting Altuve's leadoff walk so far. 2 outs, not a single hit yet, but that brings up Yainer Diaz, next batter who has a chance to do something with the ball besides fly out. He's batting .283 with 8 home runs, 54 RBIs. On-base percentage, or OPS rather, I'm sorry. OPS is over 700. They toss over to first base. Altuve's easily back before Robleski is back on the mound and looking for the count. Here comes the pitch. Way inside, almost hits Yiner on the foot. Ball one. This first cup of coffee is going fast. I'm going to have to pour me some more. It's early in the morning here. Not super early. It's almost 8:30. Altuve tries to steal. Is he going to be in there? They say that he's out. That was a good throw and a good tag, but it looks like they got him. I still like the idea because 2 outs, better to try to go ahead and steal and get that base. So Diaz will continue his bat in the next inning, but that's it for the Astros in the first. So neither the Dodgers nor the Astros come up with anything despite getting runners on. Dodgers had a runner put on, I think it was Lux, who was hit by pitch. Ronel Blanco plunked him on the arm. And then Altuve got a walk, had a good at bat, drew a walk, got on base, and was thrown out stealing for the 3rd out. So no hits, no errors, no runs. Going into the top of the 2nd, Blanco will be facing Jason Hayward, the right fielder, followed by James Outman, center fielder, and then Enrique Hernandez, the 3rd baseman. Have you guys seen the Pittsburgh? They're showing a highlight here. Some of Pittsburgh's game from July 19th of 2024. And their uniforms that say PGH on them. Pretty interesting. It doesn't look like it means Pittsburgh. It looks like a company sponsor. A company sponsor name or something. PGH. Who do you play for? PGH. Procter and Gamble or something? That's what it looks like to me. Oh man, they're showing a very old game. When Astros win the National League West tiebreaker, back when the Astros were in the National League, and they show this tiebreaker against the Dodgers. Man, that's vintage right there. I grew up watching the Astros, and my hero for a long time was Glenn Davis, man. Glenn Davis was my hero, the Big Bopper. That's what they called him, the Big Bopper. He was very capable of hitting home runs. He wasn't one of the greatest home run hitters of all time, but he was good at it for a while, and he was my hero. I collected a lot of his cards, too. First pitch to Hayward's coming in. Low and inside, ball one. Next pitch is a little out for ball two. 2-0, the count against Hayward. Here comes the 3rd pitch from Blanco. That's right in there. Cruises in at 93 miles an hour. That looked like a perfect pitch to launch on, but Hayward just took it. I guess he's trying to see if Blanco's going to throw a strike, but he did, and it's 2-1. Here comes the pitch. That one is beautiful. Gets him swinging on a slight breaking ball that looked like it was going to come down the pipe again, but it dropped down in the bottom of the zone, and Hayward was not able to connect. He missed it by a good couple of inches. Fooled him. 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Low and inside. Bounces off the dirt. Diaz snatches it up. That's going to be a full count, so it looks like Blanco is just going to go to a full count with every single batter that comes to the plate. Takes his time to get the sign. He's finally got it, and here comes the pitch. That one's in the top of the zone and fouled back by Hayward. Hayward's hit goes wayward. Womp womp. Count remains full. Blanco creeping up close to 30 pitches already, and here comes the next pitch. Strike 3. High fastball gets Hayward swinging. Can't connect. 94 mile per hour 4-seam fastball, just right at the top of the zone. perfectly placed high fastball. Very difficult to hit those pitches. And there's a reason why pitchers like that pitch. It's hard to hit it. Here comes the 29th pitch to the next batter, James Outman. That's high and outside for ball one. The Einer's trying to get Blanco to focus. He's throwing too many balls. 1-0, and here's the 30th pitch. Another high and outside in the exact same spot. The Einer flips his mask up and has some words for Blanco. Blanco's probably like, yeah, I know. 2 balls and no strikes. Here comes the third pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Good pitch. Starts Outman off the same way he did Hayward. 2 balls and then a strike looking. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That one's also in there taken for a strike. Beautiful pitch by Blanco. 2-2 evens the count. James Outman only batting 152 for the season. I think that's worse. Call me crazy, but I think that's worse than Jose Abreu. That pitch is also high for ball 3. Another full count for Blanco. He seems determined to just throw his butt off today. Here comes the full count pitch. That one's low and inside, swinging a foul ball by Outman down the first base side. I don't think Blanco has to be too careful with a hitter like this, who's struggling this bad. Just need to throw good pitches, strikes, That pitch is on the outside corner. Could have been called either way, but the ump liked it, strike 3. Outman complains a little bit, and I would too, but it's one of those pitches where when you're in the major leagues, and I guess this would apply to any league where you've got an umpire behind the plate, but when you've got a full count and you've got a pitch that's close to the zone, you've got to swing. You got to protect it. First pitch to Enrique Hernandez, is right on the corner there for a strike 1. 0-1 is the count against Hernandez. He's batting .205 this season. Not much better than Outman. Kike Hernandez. Next pitch is out for a ball, 1-1. Here comes the third pitch. Low and in the dirt, bounces up. That's going to be ball 2. Astros have 2 outs against the Dodgers, and for some reason I still have a runner on first base. Let me take that guy off. There's no guy on base. 2 balls, 1 strike. Low and in the zone could have been called either way. That looked like it could have been called strike 2, but ump laid off. 3 balls and 1 strike against Hernandez. Here comes the 40th pitch from Blanco. This one's hit to the left side, just foul. Just to the left of the third base bag. Strike 2, so that will be yet another full count for Blanco. If Blanco goes like this, he won't be able to last 5 innings if he keeps pitching 20 pitches an inning. Here comes the next pitch. This one's bounced also down the third base line, but well out of play. Count remains full. Hernandez calls timeout, readjusts his gloves. Blanco, I'm sure, happy to have the breather. All right, batter's back in. Hernandez ready to go. Blanco's looking for the sign. He's got it. Goes into the pitch. Here it goes. Low and away, ball 4. Walked him. Blanco's going to have to extend the inning here and throw some more pitches. They're showing some recent trades by some of the teams. Some of them are pretty interesting. Ryan Stanek moved. Rosarina moved. Here comes the first pitch to Cavan Biggio. Swing and a miss right down the gut for strike 1. This season, Biggio's batting .194, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. He was picked up June 12th from the Blue Jays. Here comes the next pitch to Biggio. That's low and in there for a strike. Strike two. 0-2 against Biggio. Dodgers do have a runner on first, so I'll make that happen right quick. The 0-2 pitch to Biggio is on the way from Blanco. High and outside for ball one. One ball, two strikes. Craig Biggio watching, I guess, his son from the sidelines there. This one is hit out into right field. That's going to be fair ball right down the line all the way almost to the wall. They're throwing it to home. Is he going to be able to get there in time? No. The Dodgers score a run. So that walked batter comes back to hurt Blanco as Biggio gets a line drive hit right down the first baseline, and it almost goes all the way to the wall. By the time Chaz gets over there and throws it in, Hernandez was able to score. He ran all the way in. The throw just didn't have the gas to get to Diaz in time. Dodgers are leading 1-0. The first run that the Dodgers have scored against the Astros since the start of this series. That's a triple for Biggio. He made it all the way over to third. Just like that, though, really quickly, while I'm trying to update the game, Blanco gets ahead in the count 0-2 against Nick Ahmed. So no balls and two strikes against Ahmed. Biggio on third. Here comes the 49th pitch from Blanco. Strike three. Finally got him and end the inning. My gosh. At the end of two, Astros down on one hit and one run. 1-0 against the Dodgers. And Blanco is already up to 49 pitches. My God. 49 pitches in 2 innings. Blanco just doing having a difficult time rather of getting the strikes and the ground outs and the outs in a quick, efficient fashion. He's just getting high in the count to all of the batters, and he's making himself work really, really hard. Absolutely crazy. He's not going to last very long in this game if he doesn't change that at this rate. Now, if he can keep them from scoring runs, that's fine, but he still won't be able to get past 5 innings. He's going to be at 100 pitches really, really quick. If he can get through 6 innings and keep the score low, then fine and dandy, but he's going to have to make some adjustments here. And here I am, still trying to It's kind of strange because my camera is actually working. Kind of weird. What is this? Laptop camera. Interesting. Copy. Wow. Yainer Diaz on his next attempt at a bat, the very first pitch, he hits it out into the outfield for a single. He's got a leadoff hit, so once again the Astros have a leadoff runner with no outs. One hit now for the Astros, their first of the game. That brings up Jeremy Pena. Slugging percentage by Pena has been going up. It's over 500 right now. First pitch to him, that's a pretty bad pitch to call a strike. It was high and inside. If Pena had swung at it, he would have been hitting it off the fist, but the umpire liked it, so strike one. Don't understand that pitch. Next one is inside, off the fists again, but Pena fouls this one off to the first base side. Robleski gets lucky with a really quick 0-2 count, courtesy of the umpire. Diaz on first base, no outs. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, high and outside, 96 miles per hour. There we go. Pena apparently has an 8-game hitting streak as of now. Here comes the next pitch to him, and he grounds it to the shortstop. They're going to try to turn two, but they're not able to do it. They get Diaz at second, but Pena just beats the throw out at first base, and he's upset with himself for hitting a ground ball. But at least he was able to speed down the first base line and beat the throw. That was actually a good turn and a good throw. Oh, I'm sorry, that was not a good throw. It pulled him off the bag, but wouldn't have mattered anyway. The speed was good, but Jeremy was able to beat that out. First pitch to Jake Myers on the outside corner for strike one. So now we have Jeremy Pena on base. A little bit more speed than Diaz. With one out, Jake Myers, 0-1 count. This one's in the dirt for ball one, 1-1. It looks like I've been able to accidentally figure out how to fix my camera situation, so in just a second I will have that. I'll have that in here momentarily. I'll have my beautiful mug back in the frame in just a moment. There we go. Excellent. Finally, got myself back in it. Strike two to Myers, and the next pitch is outside. While I was fiddling with the camera, he had another strike. This game moves so fast. 2-2, even count on Jake Myers. Robleski, the newbie, dealing from the mound. Here comes the pitch. This one is inside. Looks like it's going to be line drive. At first, it appeared that it could be a single out to right field, but Hayward was able to come in and get it. It stayed up just a little too long. A nice hit by Myers, just in the wrong spot. Man, there's so many gaps out there. He could have hit it anywhere else, practically, and gotten a hit. But it just happened to be right to Hayward out in right field for the second out of the game. That brings up Mauricio Dubon. Robleski tosses over to first. Pena's back easily. Be interesting to see if the Astros send Pena here and try to steal on 2 outs like they did with Altuve. Dubon's batting .274 this season. First pitch fouled into the mitt of the catcher for strike one. 0-1 is the count. Oh and 1 against Dubon. Here comes the pitch. Another one fouled back, and this one bounces off the face mask of the catcher. Strike two. Dubon had a really nice double yesterday. He drove in a run. Time for more hot water and more coffee. 0-2 with 2 outs. Runner on first. Here comes the pitch to Dubon. High and outside, 97 miles per hour. Way out of the zone. Ball one. Robleski now approaching 30 pitches. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Dubon, way outside. Ball two. I don't know this pitcher, but he is new, so I was wondering if they could just get to him a little bit. It would start to shake him up, and they could have a big inning. It would be nice. They throw the ball again back over to first, but Pena dives in safely. Count is 2-2 against Mauricio Dubon. 2 outs. Astros trying to do something here in the second. Here comes a pitch. This one's high and hit out to right field. Looks like it's going to be another easy out for Hayward, and it is. He scoops it in, no problem. So that's going to be it for the Astros. They strand one runner on a leadoff hit by Diaz and come away with nothing. Astros behind 1-0 to the Dodgers here in Game 2 of their series at Minute Maid Park. That's my cue to pour more hot water, I think, for this coffee. I guess I can remove the base runner now. There's somebody on first base anymore. Sad. Seems I got a couple of viewers. Nothing in the chat right now. I'll put a message in here just to say thank you guys for joining. So I'm going to say thank you so much for joining. Please like and sub if you haven't. Supporting this channel will help me to keep doing this. And even eventually give me some extra part-time work. There we go. And by the way, I do part-time work right now. I teach online. I teach English online. But I am a full-time student here in Japan. I study Japanese. Ohtani is back up for his second at-bat against Blanco. The first pitch, a nice 79 mile per hour. That wasn't a sinker. Looked like maybe a curveball. Gets Ohtani swinging for strike one. 0-1 is the count against Ohtani. Here comes the second pitch. That one, the bottom fell out of it and bounced practically off the plate. So the count's even 1-1. So I'm calling these games from Hiroshima, Japan, where Ohtani is from, actually. You probably already know that. Next pitch is outside for ball 2. 2-1 is the count. Diaz lifts his mask up and talks a little more to Blanco. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. This one is crushed to the right. It looks like it's going to be easily out. Yeah, that one was a no-doubter. Ohtani just crushed that pitch, and it was so far out that it was even above the upper deck. It hit the scoreboard out there. So Ohtani just completely punished Blanco and puts the Dodgers up 2-0. Absolutely insane. Yeah, that pitch went into the stairwell right above the upper deck. Crazy. Well, this is one reason why I'm glad that the Dodgers have Ohtani batting first rather than batting third or fourth, because there's nobody on base. At least they only gave up one run. First pitch to Will Smith is a strike on the inside corner. Second pitch, he grounds to Jeremy Pena, who makes kind of a bad throw over to first, but Singleton is able to scoop it up and get the out. So the Dodgers now have one out. Yeah, there's a big sign out there in right field, and he hit it right below that sign into the stairwell. They say Jordan's hit that sign before. First pitch is outside for ball one. This is Gavin Lux. He was hit by pitch in the first inning. This pitch is right on the outside corner for strike one. 1-1 is the count. 1 out. 1-1 is the count. Here comes a pitch from Blanco. Lux swings at this one and misses on the inside corner for strike two. He calls timeout. He steps back in and is ready to go. Blanco gets the sign. Goes into his windup, and here's the pitch. 1-2 count. Pitch. Swing and a miss by Lux. Blanco gets Lux with a pitch right down the middle there. That's 2 outs in this inning. I will bring up Teoscar Hernandez for the Dodgers. Here comes the first pitch to Hernandez. That was a little outside, but it had a lot of movement on it, so it looks like the umpire liked it. Strike one. Hernandez did strike out in the first inning. 60 pitches now for Blanco. He delivers the next pitch, a similar one, but even further outside. However, Hernandez goes after it. Looked like a big sweeper. Strike two. 0-2 is the count. If Blanco can get the out here, despite that home run by Ohtani, this will be one of the shortest, this will be the shortest inning he's had so far. This one is low and away in the dirt, taken by Hernandez for ball one. 1-2 is the count. Due up for the Astros, John Singleton, Chas McCormick, and my hero, Jose Altuve. Here comes the pitch. High and away, swing and miss, strike three. Blanco gets the strikeout. But Ohtani does add to the Dodgers' lead with that monstrous home run to right field. Astros bats got to wake up now. It's 2-0. It's early in the game and 2-0. They need to get going here, get something started. Yeah, today's not so bad. Similar to yesterday. The game yesterday started for me around 9 o'clock, just after 9 o'clock in the morning. Today's game started an hour earlier at just after 8 o'clock in the morning. But guys, tomorrow's game, if you can tune in for tomorrow's live stream, play-by-play, that game is going to be a lot more difficult for me to live stream because that one starts, I believe, just after 3 a.m. for me. Let me see. I'm going to double check. Let's see. Yeah, that game starts at 3:10 a.m. And I am live streaming it, but I'm going to have to get up. Going to have to get up at about 2:45 maybe. So I'll try to go to bed early tonight. Showing some highlights from Altuve right now. He had another 3-hit game. He has 204 3-hit games. Number one in active players with the most 3-hit games. The next player is at 184, about 20 3-hit games behind him. Singleton check swings on the first pitch, but it was good for a strike. So 0-1 is the first leadoff pitch, or the leadoff count. Second pitch by Robleski is outside for ball one. 1-1 against Big John Singleton. Had a monstrous home run in yesterday's game. Here comes the pitch. It's now 1-2. That's on the outside corner. Singleton takes it looking, calls timeout. Stands back, takes a break. run by Singleton was into the second deck, too. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Singleton. High fastball fouled back. Count remains 1-2. Oh, I still got more hot water to pour to get my full cup of coffee. My second cup is always a weak cup because I use the same coffee twice. This one's right down the middle and taken as a cutoff catch by the shortstop, who fires over to first to get John easily. No chance for Singleton on that easy chopper. That'll be one out for the Astros and bring up Chas McCormick. He was 0 for 4 yesterday, but he did have a nice home run before that against Oakland. First pitch is inside, seemed a couple of inches off the plate there. And it's called strike. Even the commentators say that that wasn't even close. Yeah, 96 miles per hour, at least 3 inches out of the zone. And they're saying it was a terrible call. It was. Second pitch is fouled away by McCormick, so he's in the hole 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that one on the outside corner is called a ball, thankfully. It was a couple inches out. I'm surprised the umpire didn't call that one. I'm not sure about this umpire today. Not nearly as good as the one yesterday. This pitch is grounded to the second baseman, who fires at first and is barely able to get McCormick. Another ground out. Astros just not making any solid contact right now. Just getting ground balls. They haven't had the opportunity to blow up this pitcher and shake him up. But Altuve's up now. Let's see what he can do. 2 outs. Here comes the first pitch to Altuve. Way inside and low for ball 1. This will be the 40th pitch for Robleski. Here comes the pitch. Right down the middle, fouled away into the mitt of the catcher for strike 1. 96 mile per hour fastball. Jose looks like he's more locked in now, moving a little faster, looking focused. Here comes a 1-1 pitch on the outside, ball 2. 2-1 is the count. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Altuve. This one is a breaking bat, line drive, and caught by the third baseman. If that bat had not broken, then perhaps it would have been straightened out a little higher and a little more powerful and gotten into left field. But unfortunately, Altuve goes down with a line drive out, and that will end the inning for the Astros. The Astros put up 3 goose eggs in the opening of this game and are down 2-0 to the Dodgers. Dodgers have 2 hits, 2 runs. Astros 1 hit, no runs. Not a very exciting game right now. Nothing at all compared to yesterday's game at this point. Oh, do I have a... Okay. I thought for a second there I had a runner on base on the screen, but I don't. Okay, good. I don't want to confuse you guys if you're looking at the screen. You know, I have to say that right now, what do I have, like 12 subscribers on my channel right now? Is that right? I believe so. Yeah, according to the statistics right now, I have 12 subscribers. And, I mean, you guys probably know this, but whenever you start making YouTube videos, you can look at the analytics or the information about your videos and your live streams. You can actually see how they're performing. You can see a variety of information. It's not just the subscribers or the people who are viewing your video right now. You can also see how many people have come in and left, how many view at the same time, how many viewers you've had at the most at the same time. These are concurrent viewers. you can also see not just the chats, but how many or how long the duration of each person. How long on average do they stay and listen to your live stream? And I'm looking at that information, and just based on the last week of live streaming, it's not really looking good for the channel. I'm not encouraged right now by the statistics. First batter for Ronel Blanco is Jason Hayward, who takes a ball and then a strike from Blanco. 1-1 is the count. One and one pitch against Wayward. Low, and he gets him swinging. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hayward did strike out in the second inning. It would be nice for him to do the same thing right here. Blanco gets the sign. And then here comes the 1-2 pitch. Another low pitch for a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Struck out Hayward twice. Good start for Blanco here in the top of the 4th. 1 out. That will bring up James Outman. Yeah, but what I was saying real quick is, unless I get more support for the channel, if I can grow over the next month, over the next few weeks, then I will keep doing it. But at the end of next month, before the subscription renews, if I'm not able to see improvement in the channel, I'm going to have to stop doing it and spend my time just focusing on teaching, unfortunately. Real quick, while I'm just clicking over and looking at information and giving you information, 2 more pitches from Blanco, a ball and a strike against Outman. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Inside corner strike. Swing and a miss by Outman. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Suddenly Blanco looking pretty good, getting all these strikes. Maybe that home run from Ohtani got him locked in. 1-2 is the count. Blanco looking for the sign, finally gets what he wants and goes into his windup. Here comes the pitch. This one is hit out into center field, right, left center. Dubon and Myers takes it. Out number 2. Nice, high, easy fly ball. Either one of those guys could have gotten it, but Dubon backed off and let Myers take it. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. So far, Blanco kind of cruising through the batters, but he's up to 71 pitches. He's now facing Enrique Hernandez. First pitch to him is on the outside corner for a strike. 93 miles an hour. Hernandez walked in the second and scored from first base on a triple. Next pitch on the outside corner again, strike 2. 0-2, ahead in the count against Hernandez. And my coffee is ready. That one fouled away. In a similar location on the outside corner of the plate. Outman not willing, or rather, Hernandez. See my stats on the screen here and here. They just changed. They weren't updated. I glanced down. I said Outman, but I meant Hernandez. Next pitch is a ball high, so that'll be 1-2. But it looks like Hernandez is now protecting that outside corner of the plate by fouling them off. That's what I was trying to say, but I said Outman instead of Hernandez. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Hernandez, and that one's also high for ball 2. Blanco needs to not fool around right now. Get the quick out, go sit down and take a break. 2-2. The count is even. Blanco with his 77th pitch. Here comes another one on the outside corner, fouled away by Hernandez. That one could have been ball 3, actually. It was way out there, but Hernandez, I guess, is scared of taking those pitches right now. Doesn't want the ump to ring him up for strike 3. Count remains 2-2. Blanco looking for the signal. He's finally got it, I think. Yep. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, that was close. Low and away, but Hernandez takes it for ball 3. So another full count. Well, Blanco was looking really good through the first 2 batters. Now he's back up to a full count. He's really sweating a lot. He has been since the beginning of the game. Here's the 79th pitch from Blanco. It looks like it's fouled away again. Wow, back to the back screen. So Blanco would get to 80 pitches now here in the top of the fourth. He's throwing an average of 20 pitches per inning. That's crazy. Here comes the next pitch. That one is on the outside corner, but just out. He really wanted that one. He started walking towards the dugout. There was also a check swing by Hernandez, but they say he didn't go, so that will be ball 4. Blanco's inning will continue, and he is now at 80 pitches. Absolutely insane. Can you imagine if you threw 8 innings, just 8 innings at the same rate, you would throw 160 pitches. That will give you an idea of just how many pitches Blanco has had to toss in the first 4 innings. And it's still not over. He's only got 2 outs, and he's now facing Cavan Biggio, who had a really nice hit down the first baseline that went nearly out to the wall and was able to turn that into a triple. Basically, we've got the same situation coming up right now. We're runner on first with Cavan Biggio at the bat. They had a little meeting at the mound between Diaz, Blanco, Bregman. He's back on the mound now. Here's the first pitch against Biggio. High fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. Oh and 1 is the count to Biggio. Here comes the pitch. High, just out of the zone, ball 1. 1 and 1. Blanco gets the sign that he wants, and here comes the pitch. Another swing and miss, inside corner. Good placement by Blanco, 94 miles an hour. Strike 2. This will be the 84th pitch by Blanco. Here's the 1 and 2 pitch. This one is fouled back. It's high and outside. Biggio protects the zone there by fouling it away. It was a little close. Could have been called either way. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Blanco looking for the signal. Shakes off several. Finally gets what he wants. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. This one's on the inside corner, strike 3. Gets Biggio looking. Finally, Blanco's able to get out of that inning, but not before going well over 80 pitches. And the Astros do have guys warming up in the bullpen already. There's just no way. I don't see any way of Blanco getting to the 6th inning. I just don't see it. Unless he comes out in the 5th inning. He might not even see the 5th inning. They might pull him out. But if he does, he would have to throw just 3 pitches and get 3 ground outs or something like that in order to stay into the 6th inning. But I doubt they'd even keep him in that long. Yeah, guys, basically, I don't know if you know this or not, but essentially in Japan right now, the Japanese yen is not only low against the dollar, it has been consistently going down, 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 down for the past few years. It has just been taking a beating. A long time ago, if you had $1, basically that was worth maybe around, I don't know, 60 yen or something like that. And then it got to where $1 was equal to 100 yen. It was a very easy exchange rate to keep in your mind. How much is 100 yen worth? $1. Very easy exchange. But the yen started basically collapsing. Well, I say collapsing, but it has consistently been going down, rather. It hasn't started to collapse yet, but it is now around close to 100 and or one. So $1 would be like 170 yen. Let's see, 1 USD to JPY. Okay, right now it's basically at 154. Okay, so it has come back down a little bit. Just about 2 weeks ago, it was at about 162. Okay, so it has come down a little bit. At its peak, okay, so basically 162 is the peak this year, and it has come back down a little bit, but it's still very, very weak compared to the dollar. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to start, trying my hand at live streaming, because getting paid in dollars means that I don't have to make as much money to make a good salary in Japan, right? If I'm making dollars. The very first pitch to Alvarez is not going to happen. Umpire called timeout because Jordan stepped out of the box there, so there's going to be a ball. It's a pitch clock violation by the pitcher. The second one is right in there for a strike, so the count's 1-1. That was a very weird sequence. I didn't know what was going on there. Alvarez stepped out. The pitcher looked like he was going to throw the ball. Second pitch is right in the top of the zone, a little high, but called a ball by the ump. 2 balls and 1 strike. But the umpire on that first pitch, he came running out real fast and then called a pitch clock violation. That was one of the strangest things I've seen. 2-1. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, a little outside. Alvarez just takes a little half swing at it. And the count is now 2-2. Alvarez needs to start hitting some more long balls, man. Straighten that ball out, Alvarez. Here it comes, 2-2. This one is hit up the middle for a single. Not his hardest hit ball, but perfectly placed. Apparently Bregman came to bat while I was on the other screen and is out, so there is 1 out, and Jordan on first base with Yainer Diaz at the bat. First pitch to him is fouled away for strike 1. Man, I'm telling you, I still haven't gotten used to how fast the game moves. I go off the screen just for a few seconds and I come back and there's already 1 out. That's crazy. 1 out, 1 runner on first, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch to Diaz. He hits it to center field. It's pretty deep. Is it going to be playable? He jumps and catches the ball at the track. Jordan will retreat to first base. That was a nice drive by Diaz all the way to the warning track. Center fielder jumped for the ball. Not really sure he had to jump. He just didn't know where the wall was, I think. They're showing a replay right now. Yeah, he jumped, but yeah, that ball would have hit the wall if he hadn't been able to catch it. Jordan had gone all the way to second base on that hit, but he had to retreat to first base, and luckily he was able to get back in time. But that will be 2 outs and bring up Jeremy Pena. Jordan still on first. Man, if Diaz had pulled that ball, it would have been out for sure. Here's the next pitch to Jeremy Pena, way inside for ball 1. Yeah, if Diaz had actually been able to just pull that one a little bit, it definitely would have been gone because it was all the way to the fence in center field. That's crazy. Ball 2 to Jeremy Pena. 2 balls and no strikes. Here comes the 2-0 pitch from Yableski. Fouled back by Pena. That'll be 2-1. If that had just gone out, the Astros would have this game tied. Pena's got power, though. 2-1 count. There's no reason why he can't pull one. He calls timeout. Wroblewski walks off the mound, takes a break. Crowd is cheering. They're hoping for something to happen here. I'd like the same. I'd like to see the Astros do something here. I know there's 2 outs, but Jeremy Pena's got power. Jordan on first base, 2-1 count. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit down the line, but the third baseman is able to get it and go to second, get Jordan easily for out number 3. So nothing doing in the second inning. I mean, not in the second inning. I was looking at the hit count. Here in the bottom of the 4th, nothing doing for the Astros despite getting a hit. Astros and Dodgers each have 2 hits, but the Dodgers have been able to get 2 runs. Astros have none. We're going to go in the top of the 5th. 2-0. I was trying to look up some data on the ESPN site. I totally missed Bregman's out in the first at bat of the 4th inning there. Sorry about that. It happens so fast. Trying to do 3 things at the same time, basically, guys. Or you could say 4 things. One is I'm trying to make sure that everything is right on my screen with the software, because I have to continually update some stuff like base runners and make sure that the camera's still working, audio's good. Just, you never know. Sometimes the software goes crazy, so I have to check it here and there. That's one thing. Another thing is I'm having to switch screens and look at stats and things that I want to share with you guys, or information that I need to give to you guys. So I'm having to read stuff and look at things. The third thing is chatting with you and checking the live stream for messages. So I'm trying to chat with you and try to keep it interesting, at least a little bit. But then the other thing is calling the game, and that's the main thing. But part of calling the game is all the other things. You know, I have to make sure that everything's running right, that I'm giving you proper information, giving you pertinent information, and trying to keep it interesting and fill in the gaps. But the game sometimes moves so quick, it's difficult to get all those things done. Nick Ahmed is up to bat. First pitch to him is low for ball 1. I was able to save all that and call the very first pitch as it happened. So, 1-0 pitch, and therefore strike 1 as Ahmed swings and misses. Yeah, 1-1, even count against Ahmed. Let's see if they can shut them down. Blanco is on the mound again. This one, unfortunately, is going to drop in for a single as it's hit out into left field by Ahmed. They bring it in, and that will keep him at first base. Blanco 2 pitches away from his 90th pitch. I don't know what you guys think. Would you pull Blanco out right now? He's almost at 90 pitches, no outs, 1 runner on. Here in the 5th, top of the 5th, Shohei Ohtani's up to bat. 1 home run and 1 out for Ohtani so far in this game. First pitch to him is a ball. 1-0. Runner on first. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Blanco. That one's in the low in the zone. That was a good pitch. Diaz pauses as if waiting for the umpire to say strike 1, but it doesn't happen. That's ball 2. That was a great pitch right in the bottom of the zone, completely missed by the umpire. 2-0 against Ohtani. Here comes the pitch. That one's low and inside. Ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes to Ohtani. Threatening to walk him here. My guess is that Ohtani will be swinging really hard if this ball is anywhere near the zone. Here comes the pitch. Looks like it's going to be an outside pitch. Nope. inside. That was not the target that Diaz had set up, but Ohtani actually took it. I'm surprised. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Blanco. That one's too low for ball 4. He walked him. And that is, what, the 92nd pitch? 93rd pitch from Blanco. He has runners on first and second with no outs. Looks like there's going to be a mound visit here. Diaz comes out. Bregman comes over. John Singleton comes over to talk to Blanco. Verlander threw some bullpen earlier today. That's good news. And Luis Garcia, will be throwing some batting practice next week. Garcia's one guy I'd really like to see back in the lineup performing like he used to. I really miss Garcia, not just because of his pitching ability, but because of the visual. Because of the pitching count now, he can't do the usual pitching style that he used to do, and that's sad because I thought it was kind of funny. They called it like rocking the baby. That was interesting. But now he had to modify it a little bit to speed up, keep from violating that pitching clock. Will Smith has flown out and ground out so far this game. He comes up to bat with 2 runners on and no outs. First pitch from Blanco, a little high for ball 1. Triple play, Will Smith. Brian King is warming up in the bullpen for the Astros. Here's the next pitch, right in there for strike 1. 87 mile per hour. Nice pitch by Blanco. Evens the count 1-1. If Will Smith grounds into a double play or a triple play, will he slap Ronel Blanco? This pitch is outside for ball 2. 2-1. Ohtani taking a big lead over there at first base. 2-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Right on the outside. The umpire liked it. That one had a lot of movement on it. Will Smith complaining at the umpire about that. But, once again, if it's close, you got to swing. 2-2. Blanco's got the call. Here comes the pitch. Low and away for ball 3. Another full count pitch. And that is a 98th pitch from Blanco. Knocking at the door of 100 pitches. Come on, Blanco. We need at least a double play here, if not a triple play. Here we go. Strike 3. High and inside. Beautiful pitch by Blanco. Gets a half swing from Will Smith, who is not, he gets completely jammed. He's not able to get around on it and extend. So he winds up looking like a kind of a fool there by Blanco. And on his 99th pitch, he'll be taken out of the game. A very hard-fought 5 innings, or I guess you could say 4 1/3 innings for Blanco, who nearly got to 100 pitches in just barely 4 innings. That's pretty crazy. And it seems that King will be coming in to replace Blanco. Now we're on a break right now. I should put the base runners on though, right? Here we go. Okay, there we go. It's updated now. Runners on first and second for the Dodgers. Here in the top of the 5th, there's 1 out. Brian King is coming in to bat for the Dodgers. This is what happens when I'm reading stuff on the screen and trying to talk at the same time. Okay, I won't read. I'll just look at it. Brian King is coming in to pitch for the Astros. Here in the top of the 5th inning, he is coming into a situation where the Dodgers have runners on first and second with 1 out. He will be facing Gavin Lux. Lux has a strikeout and no hits so far this game. A one pitch, one ground out double play would be excellent for the Astros right now. The Astros haven't done anything really. They've managed to get a couple of base runners on, a couple of leadoff guys, but haven't done anything with it. From there, it just died. They get a runner on and then just go down. Lots of flyouts, grounders, groundouts, easy plays for the Dodgers so far. The Astros not putting the ball anywhere nice. Only 2 hits in this game so far. Here comes King's first pitch to Gavin Lux. Outside for ball 1. King has been looking pretty decent. 10 innings only, but 1.74 ERA, 9 strikeouts, 5 walks. This one is fouled away for strike 1, 91 miles per hour. Brian King looks like somebody, I don't know, Tom Selleck maybe? Tom Selleck. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. This one is hit out into right field. That's going to be down for a hit, and they're waving him around. It looks like the Dodgers are going to score another run. Ohtani is held up at second, and just like that, it's 3-0 Dodgers. Ahmed was able to easily get around from second and score. That pitch was right in the zone with no movement. Not the kind of pitch you want to see coming out of King right now. Just a solid hit out into right field. Luckily, McCormick was able to cut it off and keep it from going to the wall. Could have been 2 runs scored on that one. Ohtani could have easily gotten around third and into home if it had gone to the wall, but good play by McCormick. Strike 1 to the next batter, Teoscar Hernandez. No balls, 1 strike. 2 runners still on first and second with 1 out. Here comes King with the pitch, way outside, ball 1, 1-1. So Blanco has another earned run. So for this game so far, he's got 3. 1 run still on base that Blanco is responsible for. Here comes a 1-1 pitch to Hernandez. He started to swing but held off. Takes ball 2, 2-1. 4 hits now for the Dodgers. If the Astros bats don't wake up, this game is going to be pretty much done for. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Check swing, looks like he went around. So that's strike 2. Low and inside. He had the right idea to try to stop his swing, but he just stopped too late. Draws the strike, 2-2 against Teoscar Hernandez. King gets the call that he wants. Here comes the pitch. This one is off the fists, and it looks like it's going to drop for a hit into right field. Ohtani's going to rush in from second base and score. No problem. There's no throw. And the Dodgers are up 4-0. 4 earned runs now for Ronel Blanco. 2 base hits given up to right field by King back-to-back. Still no extra outs, just 1 out. That was inside and just kind of off the fists of Hernandez, but he was able to get it out. A very weak hit into right field. McCormick had to come way in to get it. Didn't even try to make a throw home. Ohtani was already off and running. He knew that was going to drop. First pitch to Jason Hayward is a strike. 0-1 is the count. King gets the call. Here comes the pitch. Way outside for ball 1. 1-1. Astros still trying to get out of this inning. Runners on first and second. Dodgers have scored back-to-back runs on singles. Here comes the next pitch. High and outside. Ball 2. 2-1 is the count. Andy Andy Pajes is batting currently. I said Hayward, but actually Pajes came in to pinch hit for Hayward. That information was not updated on my screen, so I didn't notice that until just now. He fouls that one away for strike 2. The count's now 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from King. That was in there for strike 3. Swing and a miss by Pajes. Astros finally have the second out of the inning, but runners remain on first and second base. Yep, I think also games like this kind of kill my stream. Who wants to come listen to a game where their team is losing 4-0? Here comes the first pitch to the next batter. James Outman is at the plate. That one's way up out of the zone for ball 1. 1-0 is the count. 5 hits now for the Dodgers. Here comes the pitch right down the middle on the corner there. Floated out to the corner, but stayed in there for a strike. 1-1. One pitch to James Outman. Here it comes from King. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. One strike away from getting out of this inning finally. Here comes a pitch from King. Low and away, ball 2. The count is now even. King trying to shut the base running and the scores down here. He's trying to shut it down, but that's fouled away by Outman to stay alive. King trying to get the Astros out of the inning after giving up 2 runners that were left on base by Blanco, scored on back-to-back singles. He did manage to get out number 2 with a strikeout. Now we are 1 strike away from ending this inning. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3. Got him swinging. 2 strikeouts for King, but not before giving up 2 runs that were left on by Blanco. So the Astros are now down 4-0. And we're halfway through this game. That's the end of the top of the 5th. The Astros are coming up to bat here in the bottom of the 5th. Let's see if they can actually begin to score runs right now. 4-0 is not out of reach. It is asking a lot for the Astros to come back and win this game. It's not easy to come back when you're down by 4 runs. But the Astros are a team that can definitely do it. And getting 4 runs, I believe, is something that should definitely be done every game by the Astros. I know that you can't do that every game, but with this lineup and the talent that they have, there's no reason why they shouldn't be scoring 3 or 4 runs in a game, especially against this particular pitcher. It reminds me of how poorly they played against the A's in the first 2 games. Unbelievably poor. Underperforming. That's the word. Underperforming. Seems I've got 3 watching now. I appreciate you joining wherever you are in the world. I am in Hiroshima, Japan. And calling this so far, again, what I refer to as a lackluster performance by the Astros. Their bats haven't been able to do anything. Blanco, his big problem in this game, unfortunately, has been, or was, because he's been pulled now, but it was that he was just getting way too high in the count. He had so many full counts against the Dodgers that he quickly got to 100 pitches and unfortunately left a couple of runners on. He only gave up 2 runs while he was in the game, but he left 2 runners on, and when King came in, those runners scored. So 4 runs that are credited to Blanco this game. And the Astros batters facing Justin Robleski, a very inexperienced major league pitcher, they just haven't been able to get to him yet. And I just feel like they should have a breakout inning against him. It just hasn't happened. 2 straight strikes to Myers, and Myers very unhappy with the calls there with the umpire, and spends a few moments jawing with him and then calls timeout. He used his timeout so he could complain with the umpire. That's funny. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. On the inside corner, that's going to be called strike 3. Myers goes down looking. A very crappy, absolutely crappy at bat there. It was a combination of Myers being hot-tempered and the umpire making some bad calls. 3 straight pitches, Myers goes down. Astros continue to look completely lethargic, just like the crowd right now. Everybody's sitting down. It's so completely different than going to a Japanese baseball game. Here comes the first pitch to Dubon, immediately skied high on the infield. The second baseman will take it, no problem. So 1 pitch, 1 out against Dubon. Once again, the Astros continue to look lackluster. Flyouts, groundouts, strikeouts. That's been the tale of the tape so far for the Astros. Only 2 hits in this game. And one walk for the Astros. First pitch to John Singleton is a strike right down the gut. How many strikeouts do the Astros have this game? Just 1 strikeout, so that's not bad. But just 1 walk and only 2 hits. So that should tell you what the Astros have done this game. 2 hits, 1 walk. So they've just been grounding out and flying out. Ball to Singleton. Next pitch comes in really quickly from Wrobleski. Way inside for ball 2. Wrobleski only up to 62 pitches. Basically about 40 less than Blanco. That one's on the outside corner. Check swing by Singleton, but it doesn't matter. That's strike 2. 2-2 is the count. Wrobleski quickly gets the call here. And he's coming in with the pitch now. Way outside, 97 miles per hour, off target. Full count. 2 outs for the Astros. Here comes the full count to Singleton. Swing and a miss on the inside, strike 3. That's the second strikeout of the game. Astros do absolutely nothing again. This is disgusting to watch. The Astros bats looking like they did the first 2 games against the A's. Can't get into the playoffs and go to the World Series playing like this. You got to have some points, guys. You got to get runners on. And you got to score them. Blanco dug himself into a hole by throwing so many pitches out of the zone and allowing the hitters to stick around by fouling the ball off. He got into a lot of full count situations and had to exit the game early. Just to give you an idea of how many pitches Blanco threw, he averaged more than 20 pitches per inning. He actually averaged close to, he averaged close to 25 pitches per inning. Isn't that crazy? That's absolutely crazy. If you threw 25 pitches an inning and you win a whole game, can you imagine? That would be 225 pitches. That's insane. Can you imagine a pitcher throwing over 200 pitches in a game? I can't. But that was what Blanco was on track to do in this game. So he got tired, I think, very quickly, and he didn't have the command that he should have had. Now, despite that, he still only gave up 4 runs, and 2 of those while he was actually in the game. There's no way to know for sure if he would have given up those final 2 runs if he had stayed in the game, but he was responsible for them since he had 2 runners on. Seems like we lost a viewer. That's sad. I need to see like 100 or 200 people in the chat or watching the game. That would be great. There's no way. I can't remember how much this costs. Just so you know, I subscribe to MLB TV, but I only stream the Astros games. I only bought that one package, so I don't I don't have access to all the games, just the Astros games. Sean Dubin is on the mound now for the Astros, and he's facing Enrique Hernandez. First pitch to him is outside, 95 miles an hour. I like Dubin. I think he's got a lot of potential. His ERA is up there right now, but he's been much better recently. Second pitch is low and away for a ball. Ball 2. But even with just paying the slightly lower price, it's not that big of a difference, and it's still kind of pricey for me. Here comes the next pitch. This one's low for ball 3. 3 straight balls to Kike Hernandez by Dubin. Hernandez only batting .205. You need to pitch to this guy. Don't let him walk. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. That one's way outside for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk. None of those pitches even close to the zone. Dubin just not showing anything good right now, right off the bat. Not a single strike, not even something close to the zone. Dubin making me look bad here. Kevin Biggio is up to bat. He had they credited him with a double. Looked like a triple, but he got a triple out of it because they threw it home, and he was able to get the extra base. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. That's 5 straight balls way out of the zone by Dubin. Runner on first, no outs. Here comes the pitch to Biggio, 1-0. That one's finally in there for a strike. The first strike thrown by Dubin in 6 pitches. 1-1. Count is even against Cavan Biggio. Or Cavan. 1-1 pitch from Dubin. He takes a long pause, and finally it's on the way. On the lower outside corner, it could have been called either way, but the ump liked it, so it's fine by me. Strike 2. 1-2 is the count. Almost half of all of Biggio's hits are down through the first base side. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Way outside for ball 2. 2-2 evens it up. Dubin really needs to get this out here. A strikeout would give him a little bit of encouragement. He comes set. He's got the sign. Takes a little pause, a breather, and here comes the pitch. Another one way outside. Ball 3, so another full count. Looking like Dubin is picking up where Blanco left off, just driving up the pitch counts and giving the batters opportunities to either walk or get a hit. Needs to shut him down. Here comes the full count pitch from Dubin. A little too far outside. I have seen the umpire call that one a few times this game for a strike, but that one he lets go, and the Astros now have 2 runners on with no outs. Dubin has walked the first 2 batters. If the Astros give up another run this game, I'm calling the game. I'm going to keep doing the live play-by-play. I won't back out because I think that's pretty crappy whenever the play callers are just giving up on the game because their team gets down. I won't do that, but I will say that the Astros probably won't come back. They got to shut them down. 2 runners on first and second, and there's a bunt showing. Fouled way in the sky. Bregman dives and gets it out of bounds. Excellent play again by Bregman. There was a guy in one of the comment sections of a YouTube video recently. I believe it was there's a channel that I subscribe to on. It's Locked on Astros. He made a comment, a reply to me because I said something about Bregman's Golden Glove, because Bregman of course makes some errors, but he plays in almost every single game. He's a workhorse, and he consistently makes amazing plays, especially with catching these foul balls out of bounds. First pitch to Ohtani is grounded and through past Pena. It looks like that's going to score a run, and it does. If Jeremy could have caught that ball, if Jeremy Pena dove to try to catch that ball, if he had been able to catch it, he would have saved a run, but he wasn't able to get to it. Hernandez was able to round third and score as a result of it. He tried, but he was about 1 foot away. Pena just couldn't get to it, unfortunately. An opposite field base hit by Ohtani scores a run. Dodgers keep runners on first and second, and Dubon or not Dubon, Dubin is now paying the price for his first 2 walks. That brings up Will Smith. First ball is off the plate for a ball. 1-0 against Will Smith. Only 1 out. Runners still on first and second for the Dodgers. Dodgers up 5-0. This game looking like it's just way out of hand now for the Astros. That one's in the dirt. Another ball from Dubin. After 14 pitches, only 2 strikes for Sean Dubin. The crowd is now booing. You have to wonder why they're leaving him in. If he doesn't get this batter, he's got to come out, in my opinion. 2 balls and no strikes. Here comes the pitch to Will Smith. Will Smith fouls this one away. Only the 3rd strike delivered by Dubin in 15 pitches. The count's now 2-1. The other Dodgers seem to be walking and hitting the ball. If Will Smith is not able to hit the ball here, then he will likely walk out to the mound and slap Sean Dubin. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Will Smith. In there for a strike. 2-2. Two runners on base. 1 out. 2-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch from Dubin. Strike 3, a swing and a miss by Will Smith. That's the 2nd strikeout for Smith. 2 outs now for the Astros. That was a cutter high and away, but he lured Smith into swinging, striking him out. So now 2 outs, 2 runners on. Here comes the first pitch to Gavin Lux. He swings and fouls back the first pitch. Good way to start this at bat for Dubin. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Lux. Dubin fires it in there, a little low and outside for ball 1. 1-1 is the count. Top of the 6th inning, 2 runners on, 2 outs. 1-1 is the count to Gavin Lux. Dubin brings it in on the outside corner for a strike. Lux thought about it, but it doesn't matter. That's strike 2. 1-2 is the count. Astros haven't yet given up a ton of runs in an inning, but they've consistently given up 1 or 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 on the outside corner, got him swinging. So through 6 innings, the Astros by inning have given up to the Dodgers 0, 1, 1, 0, 2, 1 for a total of 5 runs off 6 hits. The Astros, however, have been very consistent at scoring nothing through the entire game. Coming up here in the bottom of the 6th, they'll try to get something going with Chas McCormick, followed by my hero Jose Altuve and Alex Bregman. Altuve hasn't got a hit this game, but he was able to get on base with a leadoff walk, which didn't go anywhere. But that's been the theme of the game so far for the Astros. They have had a couple of leadoff runners, weren't able to advance them at all, and have just been completely shut down with only 2 hits in this game. You know, they have only struck out 2 times. A total of 2 times in the entire game. Jake Myers and John Singleton struck out. Myers' strikeout was not all his fault. Part of that was on the umpire making a bad call. But Astros have a good chance now here coming up in the bottom of the 6th to get something going. If Chas can do something and get on base, you never know what Altuve is capable of. And with the top of the order coming up, if we can get a couple of Astros on, maybe Alvarez can finally hit another homer and get us back in this game. What I really want to see here is McCormick, Altuve, and Bregman on, and an Alvarez grand slam, followed by a back-to-back home run by Diaz to tie up the game. That's what I want to see. Let's do that. Okay, I'm calling it now. Grand slam followed by home run, game tied. That's what I want to see. First pitch to Chaz. Whoa, swing and a miss right down the middle. Strike one. Come on, Chaz, just get on base, buddy. Your job is to get on base. Wroblewski is still in the game. This is his 67th pitch. Wow. Foul ball off the mask of the umpire. Knocks his mask off. He's not hurt, which is good, but he deserved that after missing so many calls in this game. Yeah, that's funny. It hit him in the top right of the mask and just knocked it right off his head. Pretty interesting. 0-2. Chaz is down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes, but it doesn't matter because he will get a hit here and get on base. I will it. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Wroblewski. This one is hit out into center field for a base hit. I told you he was going to get a hit, didn't I? That is the script. The script is that Chaz gets on base with a base hit. That's my script. And that brings up my hero, the little engine that could, Jose Altuve. That was actually a good swing by Chaz because even though it was inside and he had to kind of hit it off the fists, he adjusted and was able to get a nice soft single out into center field. Altuve, right down the middle, a little outside, swing and a miss by Altuve, but that's all good. Altuve can handle anything. 0-1 is the count against Wroblewski. Here comes the pitch. This one, Jose attacks. He seems to be in attack mode. He fouls that one off down the first baseline and out into the crowd. 0-2. But he also is due for a hit because he has to load up the bases for Alvarez. Chas McCormick on first base. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Altuve, way inside, ball 1. And let me change it. We don't yet have him on base, but we're about to have him on in just a second. It seems like the Dodgers might have somebody going in the bullpen right now. Second pitch to Altuve is fouled back, bounced away harmlessly. Count remains 1-2. Wroblewski is now up to 72 pitches. I'm not sure what his normal pitch limit is. I'm not familiar with him, so I can't begin to speculate. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Altuve. Outside for ball 2. 2-2 is the count. A walk would be nice for Altuve, but he needs a hit to help out his batting average. He needs to move his batting average back up to 307. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Altuve. And this one is hit down the line, base hit, just like I called it. McCormick holds up at second base. Altuve's on first base, following the script like I said. Very nice. That was a 97-mile-per-hour fastball, low and inside, and just ripped into left field. Perfect base hit for Altuve. And the coach comes out to the mound to speak with the pitcher. All of the infield is in to talk with the pitcher. Doesn't look like they're pulling him out right now. Maybe just buying time for a bullpen warm-up. I'm going to run and grab a drink out of the fridge right quick. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we got some LSU power at the plate now with Alex Bregman. Wroblewski is back on the mound. Runners on first and second. Here's the first pitch to Bregman. and he hits it straight up. Is it going to go out of play? It looks like it is. It has to, because Bregman is supposed to get on base and follow the script and load up the bases for Alvarez and his grand slam. That's strike one for Bregman, and I can put the second runner on base now on the screen. There we go. Altuve on first, Chas McCormick on second, Bregman at the plate looking to get on base here and load up the bases. 0-1 is the count. Here's the pitch, and that one is fouled back and off the catcher's mitt. That'll be strike two. So Altuve and McCormick and Bregman, all three start off an 0-2 count, and yet they are following the script and getting on base. My script is that they loaded the bases for Alvarez's grand slam, and here comes the pitch to Bregman. He goes right up the middle, but it looks like they might be able to get a double play, but they don't. Bregman is able to get to first base in time and beat that throw. They get McCormick over to third, but unfortunately Altuve is out at second. So Bregman breaks my script. So it looks like the most that Alvarez will be able to get on a home run here is 3 runs, not 4. Bregman kind of let me down there. Yep, the commentators say this is a guy who can get the team right back in the game. That's true. 47% of the time, runners scored. Here comes the pitch, high and out of the zone for strike one, for ball one. 1-0 against Alvarez. Jordan licking his lips. I like that sign. It always means he's going to crush the ball. This one's right on the outside corner for a strike. He takes that one, so that will even the count 1-1. 1 out. Runners on the corners for the Astros. This pitch is way high for ball 2. 2-1 against Jordan. Now, if Jordan gets on base instead of hitting a homer, that could set up the scenario for a grand slam on the part of Yainer Diaz. That would be okay too, but let's see what happens. Alvarez takes the 2-1 pitch. This one is fouled, just barely fouled down the third baseline. That would have been an extra base hit for Jordan for sure, and could have scored McCormick easily. That one almost hit McCormick. He had to jump out of the way. It almost hit him in the legs. Count is now 2-2 against Alvarez. Here comes the pitch. Right down the middle and hit out to left field. Is it going to drop? No, it's not. But McCormick fakes a tag to come home, and they get it in quick. So Alvarez flies out to left field and doesn't advance the runners. Astros are breaking my heart here. They have not followed the script. McCormick and Altuve did their jobs, but unfortunately Bregman and Alvarez have given up 2 outs for the Dodgers here now in the bottom of the 6th. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and pull Robleski before he faces Yainer Diaz. It's amazing that they let him face Alvarez and then decided to pull him. Not sure what's going on there. Maybe it's just because of Alvarez being a left-hander. I don't know. I don't know what kind of batter he's better at pitching against. But the Astros, this is the best opportunity the Astros have had to score a run in the entire game. But even with runners at first and second and no outs, the Astros have been unable so far to put runners on the board. I'll update you in just a moment of which pitcher they'll be facing. It seems like right now nobody's watching other than me. Maybe I might have one. On the screen it says one person is watching. I'm not sure if that's me because I've got my screen open or if that's someone else. But if there's someone there, thank you for listening in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'm going to have a lot more than one listener in order to sustain myself on this channel. I do have some other YouTube channels that don't really cost me anything, because one is about living in Japan in my house, my old house that I have here that I'm trying to renovate. Unfortunately, that channel's at a standstill because I have neither the physical ability nor the money, and not even really the time. If I had the money, I could pay some people to go out there and do some work, but because of my health, going to school, and not making much money right now with my part-time work, I can't really do anything at the house, so there's no real content to update, and the channel has kind of stalled. My other channel, which is my first YouTube channel, it doesn't really have any main focus. It never has, because it was kind of a personal channel in the beginning, and I never made it into a niche or a niche channel. It looks like Evan Phillips is on the mound, and he'll be facing Yainer Diaz. The Astros have runners on the corner here in the bottom of the sixth with 2 outs. Let's see if something can happen. 96 miles an hour down the middle, swing and a miss by Yainer Diaz for strike one. It looked like Diaz was swinging for the fence there. Would have been nice to pull the Astros within 3 with a 3-run shot, but 0-1 is the count. Here comes the second pitch by Phillips. That one's outside, 97-mile-per-hour heater for a ball. 1-1, the count is even. Come on, Diaz. Show me some of that Altuve spirit. Give us a hit here. Give us some runs. Here comes the pitch. Way outside, ball 2, 2-1. Diaz actually does have a hit today. One of the only 4 hits the Astros have, and 2 of the Astros hits have come this inning by McCormick and Altuve with leadoff hits, but nothing has come of it so far. And this one is to the right field. It's going to be through for a hit. That's going to score McCormick, and it looks like Bregman is going to make it to third base. Excellent. So Yainer comes through again with another base hit, this time scoring the Astros' first run of the game and moving Bregman over to third base. So the Astros will not be skunked this game at the very least, as Yainer takes it opposite field, right over the head of the first baseman. Just a beautiful hit, and picked up way out deep in right field, so there's no chance for them to throw it to third to get Bregman. Good hit by Diaz. That brings up Jeremy Pena with runners still on the corners and 2 outs. Here comes the first pitch to Pena. That's about a foot outside for ball 1. Now Pena's got some power. He can rip the ball. He could bring this game within 1 run with 1 swing of the bat. 1-0 is the count. Here comes the pitch from Phillips. Right down the middle, a little low, but in the zone for a strike. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bregman on third. Diaz on first. 2 outs. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Phillips. Little tapper by Pena. He might be able to beat it out. Let's see. Does he? Yes, he does. He's safe at first. Bregman scores. It's now 5-2 Astros. Diaz moves to second on the play. Pena with a tapper to third base, and his speed saves the day and gets him to first. He put his head down and he booked it. I have not seen Pena run like that. There was fire down that first baseline. He really took off. It was an excellent play by the third baseman. He picked it up with his hand and he fired it over there, but he just could not beat Pena. So here we have a two-run inning so far. Runners on first and second for the Astros. Jake Myers comes up to bat. Phillips pitches to him. Low and outside for ball 1. And I need to change the runners on base, first and second. There we go. 5-2. The Astros have finally started to score here with 2 outs. Second pitch to Myers is also outside. So Robleski didn't give up any runs while he was in the game, but these 2 earned runs will be accredited to him since he put these runners on. Next pitch to Myers is on the outside corner for a strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Myers. Myers hasn't often been ahead in the count, so it's nice to see that. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs. 2 runners on. First and second. Phillips dealing to Jake Myers. Here comes the pitch. Right in there for a strike. That was a beautiful pitch to swing at. 95 miles an hour. Right in the zone. But taken for strike 2. That evens the count 2-2. Myers calls a timeout and will step out to gather his thoughts. It looks like he talked to his bat just now and said, "Come on." That's right, come on. Tie up this game, Myers. That'd be great. 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. This one is hit out into right field. Is it going to drop? Yes, it is. It's going to drop. Now, Diaz is coming around third. He's going to score at home. He's safe. 5-3. The Astros are going crazy with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Myers barely drops it into right field, and because there were 2 outs, all runners were going it right on contact. Diaz is no slow runner, and he was just barely able to beat that throw with a slide. It couldn't have been closer. What a great, beautiful slide to the outside of the plate, and he gets his hand in there. Diaz gets his left hand in there, just barely avoids the tag. Runners now on the corners for the Astros. Jake Myers on first. That's going to be a mound meeting for the Dodgers. The coach comes out to the mound, and all the infield is in to have a meeting. Pena on third base. With his speed, he was able to get all the way around to third. Dubon had come out to bat, but now they're going to bring in Caratini to pinch hit for him. Dubon was able to get on base 1 time, but he doesn't have any hits this game. Victor Caratini is coming in as a pinch hitter. So Caratini will come up with a very important bat here. The Astros have shortened this game to just a 2-run lead. They're now down 5-3, and they now have more hits than the Dodgers. They have 7 hits to the Dodgers' 6. Caratini looking very serious at the bat. Phillips back on the mound. We're ready to go. Here's the first pitch to Caratini. That's low and in the dirt for ball 1. Not really sure that Myers is a threat to steal second and get himself into scoring position. All we need is a simple base hit here from Caratini to score Pena. He swings at this one high in the zone, fouls it away behind the plate for strike 1. It would be very easy to score Pena with any type of base hit. 1-1 is the count against Caratini. Caratini has an H on his bat. I wonder if it stands for home run. That would be great. That would give the Astros a 1-run lead. .230 is Caratini's left-handed batting average for the season. 1-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Swing and hit out to left field. Is it going to drop? Yes, it is! It's going to drop in for a single. Pena scores easily. Caratini very excited with that hit. Can't blame him. The Astros pull within 1 run. 5-4. And the Astros now have 8 hits to the Dodgers' 6. That was a high cutter right in the middle of the zone, 94 miles an hour, and he went opposite field and was able to bounce it in just in front of the left fielder. Caratini giving the sign of the cross and looking at the sky and getting excited about that hit. A very timely hit. And that's going to be it for Phillips. They're pulling him out. They're going to switch pitchers. After just 15 pitches, they pull Phillips, and they're going to go with another pitcher. So we're on another break, guys. This has been an exciting inning. I did say earlier, maybe by the second inning, I did say that if the Astros could just start to get to Robleski, because he's a young pitcher, he doesn't have much experience in the MLB, a pitcher like that, often you can get to him. just like Bloss, with the Astros have Bloss in their rotation, and he doesn't have a tremendous amount of experience in MLB. And he came into that game against the A's, and they were just launching home run after home run after home run off him and just tore him up. And it's not so difficult sometimes. As long as you can start getting hits, you can really shake up a young pitcher like that, an inexperienced pitcher in the MLB. And I said that if they could just get to him a little bit, they could score maybe 4 runs in an inning. Now here we are. The Astros have scored 4 runs. Started off with a couple of runners on base, and they decided to go ahead and pull him. Since then, the Astros have been able to put 4 runs on the board. So there we go. Current stats of the game: Astros with 8 hits, Dodgers with 6. Astros just 1 run behind, 5-4, and they've scored all their runs this inning. They just showed the highlights from Ronel Blanco's no-hitter. A great moment for him, and a really good, I guess you could say, foreshadowing of what was to come with his season this year. He's been doing really good for the Astros, a much-needed help. Anthony Banda is now on the mound for the Dodgers, facing John Singleton with runners on first and second. Oh, I haven't changed the base runners. Let me change that. There we go. First pitch is taken for a strike to Big John Singleton, who had a blast yesterday. Here comes the pitch. Low and outside, but a swing and miss for strike 2. So just like the leadoff batters, the first 3 batters of this inning went to an 0-2 count, but were able to come back and make contact. 2 hits and then a fielder's choice. If Singleton can get a nice hit here, the Astros can tie this game. If he sends it out, that's even better. Here's the next pitch. This one's hit in the left field, but it's going to be up and playable for the left fielder. He comes in and grabs it for out number 3. The Astros come just short of tying this game, but the pitcher does his job for the Dodgers and gets that final out. That would end the damage, but the Dodgers take a lot of abuse that inning from the Astros, going through 3 pitchers in order to shut them down. And now this is a 1-run game. There's still 3 more innings of baseball to be played. The Astros are finally back in this game with their bats coming alive. And hopefully with this bullpen that the Dodgers have going now, the Astros will continue to light them up. They've completely turned this game around. And this is one reason why you don't just give up on your team and leave the game when they're down and it seems like they can't win. Because you never know. Even if it is a small chance, you never know when they're going to be able to come back and win the game. And they are definitely back in this game. It looks like Dubin is still on the mound. At least my data shows that it is. I'm not sure if he will be. But I do know that the next batter for the Dodgers is Teoscar Hernandez, followed by Andy Pages, and then James Outman. Unless there are some pinch-hitting changes, that is the upcoming lineup for the Dodgers. Let's see here. If the Astros can get 3 up and 3 down in the next couple of innings, they will only face Ohtani one more time. He's been pretty hot. He's got 2 hits and 2 RBIs in this game, including a 2-run homer that was a monster of a homer. And he's been their main run producer. Lux and Hernandez each have 1 1 RBI respectively to add to the total for the Dodgers. Ahmed. Is it Ahmed that had? No, it's Biggio. That's right. Biggio had a double that he stretched into 3 bases to hit in the Dodgers' 5th run. So it looks like Brian Abreu's on the mound. Much preferred to Dubin right now. Very first pitch to him is fouled off by Hernandez. That'll be strike one. Crowd seems very lively right now compared to usual, so that's good. Hopefully it can give the Astros some more energy. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, low and away for ball one. Abreu has showed some very strong streaks recently, in my opinion, of his former greatness. See if he can continue that here. Here's a 1-1 pitch. This one is hit out to right field. Chas McCormick comes in real quickly and grabs it for out number one. Good play by Chas. He was all over that. Played it just right. Good job. Tasmanian Devil. My guess is that the Astros have the roof closed today because I'm sure it's hot and humid in Houston, but the pitchers all seem to be a little sweaty. So probably a little bit of that humidity getting to him. Here comes the first pitch to the next batter, Andy Pages, and that's outside for a ball. Pages batting, what's his average? Let me take a look. 245. Okay. Here comes the next pitch to him. This is hit foul off to the right side. That'll be strike one. 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Abreu gets the call that he wants. Goes into his windup. This one is just a little low and away. 98 miles per hour. Just barely missed. That was not a bad pitch. Just a little out of the zone for ball two. 2-1. Abreu quickly gets the call that he wants. Here comes the next pitch. This one is hit out to right. Is Chas going to be able to get there? He makes a diving catch and he's got it. Holy cow, it did not look like he was going to be able to get there, but he ran so hard to his right. The ball was into right center field, and Chas just booked his butt off and just came flying in there to get his glove on the grass just in time to catch that ball before it hit. That ball was only about 6 inches off the ground. Abreu with a huge smile on his face, giving the claps to Chas out in right field. Out number two. What a great play. What a great play. McCormick picking some grass and dirt, trying to adjust his pants after that one. He's got a big smile on his face. First pitch is a ball to James Outman. Here comes the second pitch. Strike. High in the zone, 96 miles an hour. Swing and miss, tipped into the glove of Diaz. Evens up the count at 1-1. Astros looking like they've got some life to them now. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. This one's hit into center field, and it looks like Myers has plenty of time to get underneath it. He does, and he puts it away. Just like that, 3 up and 3 down. Just what the Astros needed here in the top of the 7th. Shut down the Dodgers decisively. Abreu walking off the mound with a huge smile on his face. A short, excellent inning, thanks to wonderful pitching and great defense by the Astros. 3 flyouts. Perfect. That was a great inning. Wow, what a great game now. Man, this is a stressful game, right? Whether you're a Dodgers fan or an Astros fan, this game is stressful. Now, it's been more stressful as an Astros fan because the Astros have gone through so many innings. You know, they went through the first 5 innings with no runs and not really advancing the runners, not threatening to get any runs, just looking very, very anemic on offense generally. But then they get into the 6th inning, and they finally start to get to Robleski, the starter. And then the Dodgers have to bring in 2 relievers to stop the damage as the Astros get 4 runs and pull within 1 run, just destroying that 5-run lead that the Dodgers had. And now, in the top of the 7th inning, Abreu and McCormick just completely shut down the Dodgers' bid to re-extend their lead. We go into the bottom of the 7th, just 1 run down. Oh, man. For those of you who don't know, who didn't listen to my live stream yesterday, I really, really don't like the Dodgers, but it doesn't have much to do with the team. Actually, it doesn't have anything to do with the team. I actually grew up rooting for the Dodgers, not as a fan, but only because it was my older brother's team. So whenever they didn't play the Astros, I would root for them to win for my brother's sake. And my brother didn't return the favor. He never returned the favor. Even if the Astros played another team, he would just want them to lose. He didn't care. And whenever we got to be adults, and you're talking about decades of being a fan, an Astros fan. They finally win a championship, and because of the, oh, hang on a second. What is this? Wow, McCormick is already up to bat again. It's crazy because he batted last inning. That's how many batters they've gone through. The first pitch to him is a strike, and the second pitch is high in the zone, but taken for strike two. He calls timeout, but he quickly steps back in. Counts 0-2. Anthony Banda is still on the mound for the Dodgers. This one is fouled away. The count remains 0-2. 97 mile per hour in the top of the zone on that one. But basically, my brother just refused to give me any congratulations once the Astros finally started winning some World Series, and I was like, forget you and the Dodgers. This one's low inside, or low in the zone. Swing and a miss by McCormick. He goes down strike with a strike. That's going to bring up my hero, Jose Altuve, who did manage to get his batting average up to 308 after that last hit, so good for him. Jose's my hero. See if he can do something here. I know he can. But he takes this first pitch down the middle, 86 miles an hour for a strike. I'm kind of surprised he didn't swing at that one. 0-1. Altuve is batting 309 after the 7th inning this year. Crazy. So he really starts to get fired up based on the stats. The deeper into the game it gets. 1-1 is the count against Altuve. Here comes Banda with a third pitch. This one is bounced down the third base line, but foul for strike two. Altuve in Minute Maid Park needs to fire up this crowd by sending one over the fence and tying up this game. That would be awesome. Altuve's got to be one of the most amazing players for hitting timely home runs, winning games, and putting the Astros ahead. It's just amazing. That pitch is way outside and high for ball two. 2-2. Altuve having a good at bat here. Swinging at the stuff close to the zone and laying off the bad pitches. Here comes the next pitch. This is in the zone, and he swings, but he's not able to make contact. He goes down with a strikeout. Can't really complain too much, though. Everything he swung at was in the zone or close to it. 2 outs for the Astros here in the bottom of the 7th. Bregman comes up, and he flies out immediately with a line drive. Teoscar Hernandez had a little trouble and looked like he almost slipped, but he was still able to make the catch. So 1 swing, 1 out, and that'll be the 3rd out. The Astros go down very quickly in the bottom of the 7th, so nothing doing there. They're still down by 1 run. They've got 2 more innings to do something about that. That's going to take us into the top of the 8th inning. 5-4 Dodgers over the Astros. Dodgers with 6 hits, Astros with 8. Dodgers have Enrique Hernandez scheduled to bat, followed by Cavan Biggio and Nick Ahmed, assuming that there are no pinch hit substitutions. Currently, the Astros, the information I have is that Abreu is still on the mound, but I would guess that he is not. We will see. I don't know if we'll see Presley or if they'll keep Abreu. Normally we don't see Abreu for more than 1 inning. We'll find out in just a moment. I'll update that for you. Seems we got a few people in the chat. Thank you for being here. Or a few people not in the chat necessarily, but watching the game. I appreciate you being here. I've only got 12 subscribers right now. Let's see how many. I want to see how many videos I have right now. How many lives have I done so far? Okay, so I've got another live schedule for tomorrow. That one's much earlier. I got to get up at about 2:45 a.m. in order to call that game. I am in Hiroshima, Japan, so I have to get up really early for some of these games. Luckily, most of the games are generally for me around 9 o'clock in the morning, so I can get up at a decent time, like 8 or 8:30, and call the games no problem. But the game tomorrow, the game 3 with the Astros and the Dodgers, is going to be at basically 3:15 in the morning, so I'm going to go live around 3 a.m. for me. That's Japan time. But so far I've done, this is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is my 9th stream. My 10th will be tomorrow. First pitch to Hernandez by Taylor Scott, who's on the mound, is a strike. So Taylor Scott replaces Brian Abreu. Taylor Scott has been doing really well so far this year. Another pitch and strike with a swing and a miss by Hernandez. So quickly, Scott is ahead in the count, 0-2. Kike Hernandez batting .205 this year. I don't see Scott's stats on the screen, but I can tell you that he's been doing really well for the Astros. If I get a moment, I'll give those stats to you. 0-2, here comes the pitch. Little high and outside, 95 miles an hour, taken for a ball. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Perfectly placed by Scott, who just slowly walks off the mound in kind of a strut. Yeah, he's got the stuff. Okay, here we go. I've got some stats for you on Taylor Scott. It's kind of going crazy on the screen here. Next batter is Kevin Biggio, takes a pitch on the outside for a ball. Yeah, Scott's ERA right now is 1.29, which is excellent. Next pitch is high, fouled up, and it looks like it's going to go out of play. That's going to be strike 1. Kevin Biggio at the bat with 1 out, 1-1 pitch from Scott. Right in the zone. Perfectly placed pitch. Couldn't have been any better. In the very top of the zone, fastball, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kevin shakes his head. I would too if I'd taken that pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. A little too far outside. Biggio lays off. 2-2. I'm glad that the Astros did not trade Scott because they were looking at trading him last season to Boston. They didn't do that. This one is low and in the outside corner of the zone, but fouled away by Biggio. I didn't know anything about Taylor Scott last year, and then they kept him, and just like the Astros commentators said just now, they couldn't be happier to have kept him. I agree. This one's hit pretty hard to right field. It's back to the track. Is it going to go? It's gone. Just like that, Taylor gives a home run up to Kevin Biggio. It's just Biggio's day. He had a double earlier and extended that into a triple with the throw to home, scored a run, and then he hits this one just barely over the fence. McCormick can't get to it, and that puts the Dodgers back up by 2. Just as I'm talking about how Scott's done so well, he puts a fastball right at the top of the zone, but just not up enough, just chest height, and Biggio punishes it and puts it out into the short field in right. Just as I'm singing Scott's praises, he gives up a home run. Biggio, his dad, Craig Biggio, is out there smiling, but it must be mixed emotions for him to see his son do well, but at the same time, these are the Astros, man. First pitch to Maid is strike. Second one is a check swing. First base umpire says he went. That's strike 2. Man, the Astros didn't need that. They were within 1 run. Now the Dodgers have 2 on them. Next pitch is just barely outside. Ball 1. 1-2. Yeah, the crowd is still sounding very upset about that one. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. on Nick Ahmed. So that's out number 2. Oh, man, I swear. If not for these home runs, the Astros would be leading right now. There was a 2-run shot by Ohtani, and then this one, that's 3 runs. Without those, the Dodgers would only have 3. The Astros would be in the lead. So the Astros need to quit giving up the long ball. I swear. That brings up Ohtani, so he does get the bat here in the 8th, unfortunately. First pitch to him is high for a ball. One and 0 against Ohtani with 2 outs. Here comes a pitch, and this one's fouled back for a strike 1. 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Man. 1-1 pitch against Shohei Ohtani. Taylor Scott on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Low and away, ball 2. 2-1. Yeah. Taylor Scott feeling like I do. He's shaking his head right now. Counts 2-1. Here comes the pitch. High fastball. Did he go around? They're going to say no. Wow, that really did look like he went around. Ball 3. Ohtani got lucky there with that third base umpire saying that he didn't go. 3-1 is the count. Taylor has the call. Here comes the pitch. That one was where it should have been. That pitch was where it should have been for the last batter. High fastball. Ohtani swings and misses. Full count, 3-2. That pitch was exactly where it needed to be. That home run that was given up a moment ago was just too low. 3-2, full count with 2 outs against Ohtani. Here comes the pitch by Scott. Another high check swing. Did he go around? They're going to say no again. That's the second check swing by Ohtani where he moved his entire body around and it looked like he went. But they said no. So they're going to walk him and he's going to be on first base with 2 outs. Astros have another pitcher warming up in the pen. It's unclear who it is right now. Will Smith is 0 for 4. About to be 0-5, and then he will walk out to the mound and slap Taylor Scott. Here comes the first pitch to Smith, just outside for ball 1. .21 pitches now for Scott. Here comes the pitch. That one's right in there for a strike. Ohtani steals second easily. Altuve doesn't even get a chance to make a tag after that throw from Diaz. It counts 1-1. Ohtani is in scoring position on second. And I suppose I will put the base runner on screen. 1-1 pitch. Little outside, ball 2. Yeah, they're talking about how Ohtani could have more home runs and more stolen bases if he stays in the number 1 slot, and that's true, but he's going to have fewer RBIs. Another ball from Scott. The count is now a little high. 3 balls and 1 strike against Will Smith. Smith has not done well this game. He's been striking out. It's not good to walk this guy. You need to get him. Here comes the pitch. That one's straight in there, right down the middle, for strike 2. 3-2 is the count. 93, right in the center of the plate. Smith didn't even try to go around. The way he's been swinging the bat this game, I can't blame him. Probably better for him to try to take a walk. But here's the 3-2 pitch. High in the zone, strike 3. He tried to hit that one. Perfectly placed pitch by Scott, right on the upper inside corner. Strike 3, and that would end the threat of the Dodgers in the 8th inning. They do come away with 1 run off of Biggio's solo shot, unfortunately. Astros down by 2. The Dodgers leading 6-4. Dodgers with 7 hits and 6 runs. Astros with 8 hits and 4 runs. Mostly the Astros playing small ball to score their runs instead of long ball. Dodgers benefiting largely from home runs in this game. Coming up to bat in the bottom of the 8th will be Yordan Alvarez, followed by Yainer Diaz and Jeremy Pena. Alvarez does have a hit this game. Just a weak single up the middle, basically. But other than that, hasn't done much. So he needs to do something here. With Alvarez, Diaz, and Pena coming up, though, there's an opportunity for the Astros to really do something. Alvarez has a hit. Diaz has 2 hits and RBI. Pena has a hit and an RBI. Myers has a hit and an RBI. Caratini has a hit and an RBI. So, several of the Astros coming up to bat have RBIs in this game. Hits and RBIs. So, there's a good opportunity for the Astros to get something going. It looks like Daniel Hudson is on the mound for the Dodgers. Just got that update on the screen. Let's see if I can give you some of his stats. Daniel Hudson, 42 innings, ERA is 1.49. His whip is .8. 47 strikeouts and 9 walks. He's allowed 5 home runs in 42 innings. Maybe he's about to give up some more. Jordan steps into the plate and he's ready to go. Here comes the first pitch from Hudson. He gets the call and comes set. Here comes the pitch. This one is crushed. The very first pitch. Is it going to make it? No, it's going to go to the warning track. Wow, that looked a lot better coming off the bat. A very scary first swing by Jordan, but it only gets to the track out in left center field, and they're able to put him away for the first out. I'm sure that scared the mess out of Daniel Hudson. Man, that would have eliminated that last home run. One away for the Astros now, with Yainer Diaz coming up to bat. Whew. Here comes the first pitch, outside for ball 1. It's so amazing how sometimes it comes off the bat and it sounds and looks like such a great hit, but then, it dies at the track. Here comes the second pitch to Yainer Diaz. This one is hit hard to left field. Is that going to go off the wall or is it going to be out? It's off the wall. It's going to bounce around. Diaz is easily going to get to second. Is he going to go for 3? He is. Is he going to make it? Yes. A triple for Diaz, high off the wall. Where it hit in the wall in left center, it didn't bounce straight back. It bounced to the left. And so the left fielder had to run back over to the left to get it. And because of that, Yainer was able to book it around to third. Like I said, Yainer is not a slow runner. And he was paying attention, good base running, and he was able to make it when that ball kicked out to the left. They didn't even make a throw. He slid in. He just barely missed a home run. Wow. Very first pitch to Pena is fouled off his leg and bounced behind the plate for strike 1. Whew. Diaz panting at third base, trying to catch his breath after that sprint. 1 out, 1 runner on third, Jeremy Pena at the bat. This pitch, it goes up the middle, and it's going to get through, and that's going to score Diaz off the glove of the second baseman. Jeremy Pena is going to make it to first. 1 run scores, 6-5. Astros pull back within 1. So just like that, the Astros eliminate that home run and get a speedster on first base with 1 out. That brings up Jake Myers. Yeah, Jeremy might be looking to steal here. Here's the first pitch to Myers. This one is skied out into right field. First baseman and the right fielder out there. First baseman is able to catch it over his shoulder. Left fielder slid, almost went into the first baseman, but he's able to catch it for the second out. Pretty tough. And they're showing a commercial, a food commercial with Jeremy Pena in it. when they show that commercial, you realize just how big he is. He's wearing regular clothes, and his arms are like massive. But when he's in the game, he looks much more lean than that. He has a lot more power than he appears to have. He appears to be like a really lean, fast guy, and he is. But he's also got a lot of power. The coach has now come out for the Dodgers. They're having a meeting on the mound as Joey Loperfido comes to bat. Loperfido pinch hitting for Caratini, who is pinch hitting for Dubon. Loperfido's batting .243 for the season. Jeremy Pena on first base, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. The Astros down by 1 run, 6-5. Looks like we're ready to go now. Hudson looking for the signal. Loperfido's in the box, ready for the first pitch. Here comes the pitch from Hudson. In the outside of the zone, Loperfido swings and misses. 96-mile-per-hour strike. The last 3 hits in this inning by the Astros have been over 100 miles per hour. Very hard off the bat. This ball's bounced. What an amazing catch by the catcher. That pitch was so far in front of the plate. It's amazing that he was able to catch it. He keeps Pena at first base, but that's going to be a ball. So 1-1 against Loperfido. Yeah, that ball bounced by the front left corner of the plate. Dodgers lucky that the catcher caught that one. This one also bounces in front of the plate over on the left side. Again, catcher able to keep it in front of him. Pena can't advance on that one either. 2 balls and 1 strike. Wow, that one was so far in front of the plate, it was even in front of Loperfido's foot. 2 balls and 1 strike against Loperfido. Jeremy Pena on first, 2 outs. Here comes a pitch from Hudson. This one foul tipped into the glove of the catcher for strike 2. A little far on the outside corner. Loperfido with a chance to keep this inning alive. Help the Astros even up this game. One swing, he could take the lead. But we'll see. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Way outside, ball 3. Yeah, that's right. 2 outs, full count. So Pena will be able to run full speed as soon as the pitch is started. Here we go. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Daniel Hudson. It all comes down to this inning. Way outside, ball 4. Loperfido is able to draw a walk. Hudson is now sweating profusely on the mound. He's up to 12 pitches. Yeah, they said that he doesn't have many walks this season. So it's unusual for him to do that, but he does it here, and that brings up Big John Singleton, who had a tremendous home run last game that went into the upper deck. He does have a lot of power, the ability to crush the ball. If he gets a good pitch here, the Astros could be looking pretty with a 3-run shot, but they have runners on first and second, and the first pitch from Hudson should be on the way, and here it is. Very first pitch is 96 miles per hour right down the gut and fouled back by Singleton. But I don't have the runners on first and second there. There we go. No balls, 1 strike to Singleton. Hudson comes set, and here's the delivery. Way outside, ball 1. 1-1. Singleton with the power in his body and in his bat to take the lead in this game and give the Astros a good opportunity to win it. Come back and take the lead. 1-1 is the count. Here's the delivery from Hudson. Way outside again for ball 2. Good eye by Singleton not to swing at that junk. 2 balls and 1 strike. That's right, Pena is on second base, so with any decent hit to the outfield, Pena should be able to score and tie this game. Here comes the pitch. This one's on the outside corner, 96 miles an hour, but Singleton fouls it away. That looked like it would have been right on the corner of the zone. Could have been a strike either way, but Singleton fouls it away. That evens up the count 2-2. Hudson taking some deep breaths on the mound there. Singleton just needs a single. They don't call him Singleton for nothing, right? Single McSingleton. John Singles McSingleton. Just get a single, tie the game. With Pena's speed, could do it right here. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. In the dirt, is going to get away. Pena's easily going to get over to third base. Myers stays on first. He does not advance to second, but the tying run is now on third base. That one was another bouncing ball on the inside of the plate, but that one could not be picked up easily by the catcher, but he did keep it from going too far away, so Myers was not able to advance to second. He's not a speedster. Here's the 3-2 pitch. This one is hit down the line. Foul. Ripped down the first baseline by Singleton, and he stays alive. The count remains full at 3-2. Man, this is nerve-wracking. 10 hits for the Astros right now. What we need is an 11th hit from Singleton right here. Just a single McSingleton. Tie up this game. Here's the full count pitch. And this is hit. Is it going to get through? It is! It's going to get through into right field. Just like I said, single McSingleton gets a single, drives in Jeremy Pena, ties up the game. 6-6. Astros have completed the comeback tie. And Myers is able to advance all the way over to third base. What a perfect hit between the first baseman and the second baseman, right through the gap, perfectly placed. Pena just walks home. Crowd goes crazy. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Singleton has several RBIs, game-tying RBIs later in the games. That brings up Trey Cabbage, who appears to be pinch hitting for Chas McCormick. Runners on the corner still with 2 outs. The Astros have tied this game. Hudson's still in. Here's the first pitch to Cabbage, and it gets away. Not quite enough for Loperfido. I'm sorry. Yeah, Myers is not on base. It's Loperfido. My bad. I said Myers earlier, but I meant Loperfido. Loperfido's on third. Singleton is easily able to advance to second base on that wild pitch by Hudson. This one was another one low and inside. Bounced off the foot of the catcher. Not quite far enough away for Loperfido to run in and score. But runners on second and third now. 1 ball and no strikes. This one's in the zone. Fouled back by Cabbage. The count will be 1-1. I need to move my base runners. Runners on second and third for the Astros right now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Astros have scored 2 runs to tie this game. They're now threatening. 1-1 is the count. The pitch is low and away. Did it hit him? They're going to say it's a hit by pitch. They're going to say it hit Loperfido on the foot. Another wild pitch on the ground, and they say that one hit his foot. And they're giving, not Loperfido, I'm sorry, Trey Cabbage. They're saying it hit Trey Cabbage on the foot. And they're going to send him to first base. That's going to load up the bases, apparently for Altuve. And the replay there, it's kind of hard to see, but we'll take another look. It looks like the Dodgers are they're going to try to review it. So far, it doesn't look like there's enough evidence to overturn it. They've showed 2 angles so far, and it's impossible to tell from those angles if it actually hit him on the foot or not. It looks like it hit him on the front foot. According to the umpire, it hit him on the foot. But they're taking a look at it now. The Dodgers are challenging it. But if I'm not mistaken, there has to be enough to overturn it. It has to be clear, and neither one of those angles are clear. So the Astros may have bases loaded with 2 outs for Jose Altuve coming up. There's another angle. They've shown 3 angles now, and none of those angles are definitive. Yeah, there's no definitive angle so far. So they're about... The calling on the field stands. Cabbage is going to stay on first base with a hit by pitch. They didn't have enough evidence to overturn it. That's right. My hero, Jose Altuve. Yep, they're going to pull the pitcher. They're not going to let him pitch to Jose Altuve. They're going to pull him out. So Altuve is going to see yet another reliever. The Dodgers are having to pull yet another guy. The bases are loaded here in the bottom of the 8th for the Astros. The Astros have fought back since the 6th inning to tie this game. They scored 4 runs in the 6th. 2 runs this inning. They have bases loaded with 2 outs. Jose Altuve, of all people, is at the bat. The Dodgers are too scared of keeping in Daniel Hudson for this at-bat, so they're bringing in another pitcher. I don't know who it is yet, but as soon as he comes up, I will let you know. But what an exciting game, right? This game has just gotten more and more exciting. Like I said earlier, this is the reason why you don't give up on your team. You never know in baseball what's going to happen. Even if your team is down 10-0, you never know. It's a shame that such a game, I'm calling such a game, and I only have a couple of people watching. It would be nice to have a couple hundred people in the chat. That would be wonderful. Whew. We're on break right now as the Dodgers are having a pitching change, bringing in another guy from the bullpen to face Jose Altuve. Guys, for those of you who may be joining late or maybe don't know, I'm in Hiroshima studying Japanese full-time. I've been fighting cancer now for almost 2.5 years, and I had some new medicine that I started taking recently. It's very expensive. Looking for other ways to make money because it's very difficult for me to go out and work. So I'm doing work online teaching English, but now I'm live streaming. I'm hoping this channel can grow, so I hope you help me out. It looks like Blake Treinen is on the mound for Altuve, and the first pitch is way outside. Altuve goes after it and misses for strike 1. Treinen is his name. Altuve batting .273 lifetime versus Treinen. Here's the second pitch. This one's also outside, swinging a miss by Altuve. So very quickly, Altuve down, no balls and 2 strikes, and he kind of got upset with himself about that one and looked disappointed. And he comes out, calls timeout, takes a break, adjusts his gloves, and now he's stepping back in. Come on, Altuve. It's down to this. 2 outs, bases loaded here in the bottom of the 8th. The game is tied. Altuve's batting with 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Another one outside and a strike 3 by Altuve. So 3 terrible pitches outside. Altuve swings at all 3 and goes down. Oh, man. That should have been ball 3. He should have taken all 3 of those pitches. I understand what he was trying to do, just get a hit. But man, none of those pitches were anywhere near the zone. 3 terrible pitches. Just take those. But the Astros do come away with 2 and tie this game. Going into the 9th inning, the score is 6-6. The Astros have come back to tie it. Dodgers with 7 hits, Astros with 11 hits. Man, what a game. Man, I can't believe Altuve didn't do something there. At least he could have gotten a hit. He probably could have walked in a run. If he had taken those 3 pitches, he would have had a really good opportunity to get a walk and score a run by walk. Very disappointing. Altuve wasn't very patient at that at bat. Sometimes he's like, I just need to hit the ball, just need to hit the ball, just need to get it in play. But that time, it just didn't work. Man. Missed opportunity. Big missed opportunity for the Astros right there. So we go into the top of the ninth. Who's batting for the Dodgers coming up next? It looks like, unless there are any pitch hitting changes, it's going to be Gavin Lux, Teoscar Hernandez, and Andy Pages. Taylor Scott might still be on the mound, or they might make a change. Hard to say. But if there is a change, I'll let you know. I don't get the updates until basically the inning is starting. And we are back now in the game, so as soon as I see that information, I'll let you know. Okay, Josh Hader is the replacement for Taylor Scott. Hader is on the mound for the Astros. Yeah, it's interesting. They decided to go to their closer. They're going to try to shut the Dodgers down this inning and walk it off in the bottom of the ninth. He's going to be facing Miguel Vargas, who is pinch hitting for Lux. First pitch is low and away for a ball. Miguel Vargas, let's see, he's batting .243 for the season. Second pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. 2-0 against Vargas. Let's see if Hader can throw that angry heat that he was throwing the other day. Here comes the third pitch. That one's high inside and hit way out to left field. And Loperfido has time to get over there and catches it against the wall. Again, Loperfido showing what kind of prowess he has as an outfielder. He ran all the way over and had to jump against the wall in left field to get that catch. They're showing the replay right now. It came down just foul, but against the wall. He was able to get it and jump up and hit the wall just in time. Hader clapping and giving him a congratulatory and big thank you out there. First out. Next batter is Teoscar Hernandez. Takes a pitch inside for a ball. 1-0 is the count against Hernandez. Hader quickly gets the call. Here comes the pitch. This one's high, fastball, fouled away to the back of the screen there for strike one. 96-mile-per-hour heater. One and one is the count with one out here in the top of the ninth. Hader trying to shut down the Dodgers here. Give the Astros a chance to walk it off in the ninth. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Low, 95-mile-per-hour for a ball. 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Hernandez. This one is hit right up the middle, but Jose Altuve is right there to scoop it up, toss it over to first. No problem. Good play by Altuve. He was in the right spot. It was a line drive right over the head of Hader. Almost took his head off, but Altuve was right there to scoop it up. 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. That brings up Andy Pages, who was pinch hitting for Hayward. That first pitch is low for a ball. He's 0 for 2 in this game since pinch hitting a strikeout and a line out. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. He hits this one high to center. Looks like Myers is easily going to be able to make that play. And he does. He puts it away for the third out. So the Astros do their job on defense. Hader gets his 3 outs, 3 up and 3 down. Dodgers don't do anything. This game is tied going into the bottom of the ninth. The Astros have the opportunity to walk this game off with just 1 run. I will update you on who's pitching for the Dodgers. Trinan might be staying in because he only had 3 pitches when he came in the game. But scheduled to bat for the Astros coming up are Alex Bregman, Yordan Alvarez, and Yainer Diaz. So a good portion of the top of the order coming up. And this part of the lineup really has been punishing the Dodgers. Bregman with a hit, Yordan Bregman scored a run, doesn't have a hit. Yordan with 1 hit. Diaz with 3 hits and an RBI. Pena with 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Myers with 1 hit and an RBI. So this part of the lineup has really been hurting the Dodgers today. And so there's a really good opportunity here for the Astros to just put 1 run on the board. A 1-run shot from any Astro in this game. Whew, what a game. I'm going to be teaching some English classes online later on from about 1 o'clock. Right now it is 11 o'clock here in Japan. So I've got a little time after this game, hopefully, to relax and have lunch and get ready for that class. If the Astros walk it off here, not only will I be happy and excited, but I'll have a nice long break before my class starts, and that'll be nice. It looks like they are going to keep Treinen in the game. Blake Treinen, he'll be pitching against Alex Bregman. Bregman is up 1 for 8 versus Treinen with 2 walks. Here comes the first pitch to Bregman. Low and away for ball. First ball thrown by Treinen so far. 6-6. The game is tied here in the bottom of the ninth. The Astros looking to walk it off. 1-0 is the count against Bregman. Here comes the pitch. This one is hit hard. It could be gone. Treinen throws his glove down on the mound. That is a shot all the way up to the train tracks. Bregman has won this game with 1 swing of the bat. He crushes it out all the way up to the train tracks. I kid you not. The Astros come out of the dugout. The lights are flashing in Minute Maid Park. The Astros complete the comeback and walk it off. As Bregman comes to the plate, he throws his helmet off. They've got the champagne flowing and they're jumping at the plate. That is absolutely amazing. LSU power, baby. LSU power. The second pitch of the inning. Bregman crushes it. I got to see that replay. I love the response by Treinen. I kid you not. As soon as Bregman hit it, Treinen didn't even look up. He just took off his glove and threw it on the mound. Yeah, this pitch was a high fastball. The same type of pitch that Ohtani hit out earlier. Bregman comes back and crushes one. And he just tosses his bat and he pumps his fist. He hits his chest. I want to see that response again by Treinen. Man, that ball's out there. Literally over the track. It went over the railroad track and bounced back out into the crowd. Somebody got an excellent souvenir. Wow. So with that shot, Bregman is going to lead the Astros to victory to win Game 2 and take the series versus the Dodgers. One more game tomorrow. The Astros have a chance to sweep the Dodgers at home. But what a great comeback and victory by the Astros in this game. They are now interviewing Bregman, who's very excited, still breathing hard after that one. Yeah, Bregman basically said, you know, when you're facing good pitching, you have to try to put together good quality at bats, look for a good pitch. But Bregman normally does that. Bregman has struggled overall with his batting average this year. Right now he's only batting .256. It's not terrible, but it's not good either. It's just very so-so. However, he had a very rough start to the year, and he's been able to make some progress to come back. The good thing about Bregman is that as far as his batting is concerned, he has a pretty good eye, and he makes the pitchers work to throw him good pitches. It doesn't always work out, but today it absolutely did work out, because not only did he hit a home run to win the game, but he crushed it. Yeah, they're showing the home run again. I'm looking for that response. I want them to show that response by Treinen again, where he throws his glove down. Yeah. Yeah, he just walks off the mound after that. Wow. They said that there's a lot to break down in this game. That's true. I'm going to give you guys an update right quick, a post game update of what happened in this game. A kind of an inning by inning breakdown, and then that'll be it for the show today. But let me go into the game information so you can see it. All right. So Josh Hader will actually get the win for this game, which is interesting. And Trinan will get the loss, unfortunately, for him. But let's take a look at it inning by inning, okay? We're going to do a scoring summary. I'm going to read the scoring summary, and it is quite long, guys, so bear with me here. We'll start with the top of the second inning. In the top of the second inning, Biggio for the Dodgers doubled to right. Hernandez scored, and with the throw home, Biggio was able to advance to third base. So that's when the Dodgers took the lead 1-0 over the Astros. In the top of the third, Ohtani homered with a runner. He homered a solo shot, a towering shot out to right field to put the Dodgers up by 2-0 over the Astros. Astros continued to do nothing for multiple innings. Through 5 innings, the Astros scored nothing. In the top of the fifth, Lux singled to right. Ahmed scored on that, and Ohtani went to second. Later in the top of the fifth inning, Hernandez singled to right, Teoscar Hernandez, and that scored Ohtani and moved Lux to second base. That put the Dodgers up 4-0 over the Astros. In the top of the sixth inning, the Dodgers got on the board again when Ohtani singled to left, and Hernandez scored. I can't remember his name. It's E. Hernandez, not Teoscar. Teoscar. It's the other Hernandez. And Biggio moved to second base. So the Dodgers went up 5-0 by the top of the sixth inning. Finally, in the bottom of the sixth inning, the Astros started scoring with a single to right by Yainer Diaz. McCormick was able to score, and Bregman moved over to third. That changed the game to 5-1. Pena came up and reached on an infield single to third base. Bregman was able to score on that play, and Yainer Diaz moved to second base. That made the game 5-2 in favor of the Dodgers. Still in the bottom of the sixth, Jake Myers came up and singled to right, scoring Yainer Diaz and moving Pena over to third, moving the Astros within 2 runs, 5-3, Dodgers. Again in the bottom of the sixth, Victor Caratini singled to left, scoring Pena and moving Myers to second. That brought the Astros within 1 run, so they scored 4 runs in the sixth inning to almost tie the game. Unfortunately, with bases loaded, Altuve struck out on 3 pitches and was not able to do anything, but the Astros did manage to pull within 1 run. In the top of the 8th, Biggio, who had the really good hit in the second inning, the double in the second inning to score a run, had a homer out to right center that barely made it over the fence, and that put the Dodgers back up by 2 runs, 6-4 over the Astros. But in the bottom of the 8th, the Astros decided to tack on some more runs. Pena reached on an another infield single, scoring Yainer Diaz. He beat the throw to keep the Astros alive in the inning and score 1 run, drawing within 1 run, 6-5. In the 8th inning, Singleton came up and singled to right through the gap between the first and second baseman, scoring Pena and moving Loperfido over to third. That tied the game. And at that point, the Astros weren't able to take the lead. But in the bottom of the 8th, the top of the 8th, Hader came in, got 3 up and 3 down, including a really great catch by Loperfido in left field. And then the Astros had the opportunity to walk the game off in the 9th inning, the bottom of the 9th, which they did with the very first batter, Alex Bregman, LSU power, baby. The first pitch was a ball. Second pitch, a high fastball, which Bregman crushed up over the railroad tracks into left field. and ended this game scoring 7 runs and beating the Dodgers 7-6 at home. This game was, talk about an up and down game. If you look at the win probability tracker on ESPN's website, by the 6th inning, the top of the 6th inning, they had the Dodgers at a 96% chance to win, and they still had a very high percent chance to win by the 8th inning. Even when the game was tied, they were still giving the Dodgers a really high chance of winning the game, about 73%. But the Astros would not go away. And despite the Dodgers pulling in reliever after reliever trying to shut down the Astros comeback, they just couldn't do it. The Astros wound up scoring 7 runs in the final, or the second half of the game, and totally tearing this game down. I see in the chat now, he let me. Nice, I'm an Astros fan. I had my rent on the line. I just subscribed, really like your commentary. He let me, thank you so much. I appreciate you joining in, and I look forward to doing more games. Like I said before, I hope I can continue to do this, but the only way I'm going to be able to do it is to get more work, not only with my online classes here in Japan, but also to improve the channel. I need the channel to grow. I would say that I absolutely need no less than 1,000 subscribers, or maybe to actually make decent money on my channel, I'm going to need at least 10,000 subscribers and some channel sponsorships. But that's something I'm not even thinking about right now. What I'm thinking about is this channel sustainable for the long run? Am I going to be able to keep doing it? Because I do have to pay for my MLB subscription to get these games so I can watch them live and commentate them for you. I hope to get better and better at what I'm doing, but if you can, I appreciate the subscription very much. I need that to grow. I need more views. I need more subs in order to get to more eyes, more viewers, get more watch time. If the channel's able to grow over the next month, then I'll keep doing it. But right now it's an experiment because I can't devote both time and money to the channel if it's going to cost me money. I really need things to help me because, like I said before earlier in the broadcast, I am paying for some very expensive cancer treatments. I have to go to the hospital every month. I pay for very expensive medication. And I love the Astros, loved them ever since I was a kid, so I thought, nobody's calling the games in English other than the main Astros network, but on YouTube nobody's doing it in English, so I thought I'd give it a try. So any help that you can give in the way of support, whether it's like, commenting, subscribing, donations, I do have a donation link for PayPal, all of it is appreciated. Thank you for being here. That's pretty much it for now. Nothing else going on. I do have the next game scheduled. It's going to be at about 3 o'clock in the morning for me, so I'm going to have to get up really early. I'll go to bed early tonight. I'll get up in the middle of the night, basically, to call the final game versus the Dodgers, as the Astros look to go for the sweep. And before I go, I will update you quickly on the information for that game and let you know who's going to be pitching. Right now, the Astros have Spencer Arrighetti scheduled to be on the mound for the Astros, and it looks like he's going to be going against River Ryan. And River has no stats available on, well, he does have some stats available on ESPN, but he's only pitched 5 innings. His ERA is 0, which is good, but he's only pitched 5 innings. He's given up 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 3 walks, no home runs. So I don't know much about him, but apparently he doesn't have much experience. Maybe the Astros can light him up. If they can light him up with their hitting, then the Astros can sweep this series and send the Dodgers packing back to LA, which I would love to see. All right, that's all the information I have for you guys right now, and thank you again for joining. He let me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the positive comments, and I look forward to seeing you for the next game tomorrow. Until then, have a great one.